in one way, and then you hear evidence of somebody saying something against that. So as soon as Jaguar Wright was like, "Yo, they're like people don't know Cassie like they think," you know what I'm saying? They
We
try to
don't
make.
know. That's what I
Hold
just
on, let me
said.
finish. I'll let you finish. So at the end of the day, if Jaguar Wright is saying that she feels like this is happening and her track record being so on point, I'm not gonna, especially Jaguar Wright, because to me she's not gonna seem like the person that's gonna lie and put something out that is just for the
What's the
lie.
lie?
So she said that when Diddy used to abuse,
So does that
hold
take?
on, hold
You
on,
said
hold
that
on,
already. I know
hold
what you're
on,
about to say. You said she laughed.
hold on. No, no,
Do
no,
that
no, no,
take
no,
away
no.
what he
Listen,
did
listen.
to her?
How are you asking me something when I didn't even get to finish my point?
Because that's what you said she lying
No,
about.
I didn't say. I didn't get
So,
to finish
all right, go
saying what I
ahead.
was saying. All I was saying was there has been another person that said the same thing that Jaguar Wright was saying with Cassie, that she was laughing at shit that happened to Kim.
Is
So
that
listen,
you're still?
listen. So what I'm saying is she's still a victim. She's still, you know what I mean? That doesn't take away none of that shit.
So what's
But
the point?
listen, the point is we don't know if that was true. If that's true, then yo, she might have been the type of person that knew, hey, I'm gonna do anything for power. And this is what Charleston White was talking about. Some bitches know better, but they act like they don't, and then they victimize it. Oh well, I'm just a victim. And that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, there's a chance because two credible people that have been saying similar shit about this person, they might be on point. They might say, like, yo, we're all looking at Cassie like a victim. She might be a come up and know how to get bread, and she knew what situation she is. Just like Carisha. Carisha probably getting her ass whooped too, right? But she
Still
didn't
a
come out.
victim.
She didn't come out and you know what I mean? All I'm
Just
saying,
because someone
she's a
obviously.
victim,
So
but
can we
she's still
agree?
dumb
Can
for
we?
staying
Can we
because at
agree?
the end of the
Can
day,
we
you knew
agree?
better.
Can we
Oh
agree
shit.
that if someone stays in a relationship with
Mhm.
someone that's whooping their ass, that there's something mentally wrong? No, a normal person that has
Right.
all their screws together is not
Mhm.
gonna stay with someone. So there's something.
Or,
Most people that are in an
or,
abusive relationship that
or,
stay,
hold
and
on,
then it's manipulative. He
hold
has
on.
money. That's why you're staying. If you don't
Listen.
have shit,
So
some
listen.
people when they don't have
We're
nothing,
not
they're
gonna
at the
hold on.
bottom
So we're not gonna
and they have
excuse.
the opportunity.
We're
Because
not
why
gonna
would she want
excuse
that power if you had another option,
because,
you
like you
wouldn't be in
said,
that situation.
if you want that power, some people are willing to do whatever to get that power. Is that true?
But that's still
So
manipulation
listen to
because
what I'm
he's
saying.
using
Who's
his money
manipulation?
to. It is because
If
she
no,
still
who's
just
being
there to get
manipulated?
her ass
If
whooped.
she knows, hey, this person
She
has
still
money.
was trying to
Listen,
leave him.
listen to what I'm asking you. If she knows this person has the bread, so I'm gonna
That don't
use.
mean she knew
Listen,
he was gonna whoop
I
her
didn't
ass.
ask you. I didn't say none of that. I'm just
See, that's
asking
what we're
you.
talking about. You
No,
say
I'm trying to ask you a question. You're not trying to
you're
answer
making
it.
it seem like they told her like, oh, or she knew he was gonna whoop her ass and she agreed. She signed a document for him to whoop her ass.
How do we know that's not the case?
Who the fuck? Okay.
How do we know that's not the
then
case?
You could go with that.
How do we know that's not the case? How do we know that's not the case? If all these people are signing NDAs and mad people don't want to come out and say what they did for Diddy, how do we know it's not the case where she knew what the fuck she was getting into, signed up for that shit, and then now when all this shit hits the fan, this shit could have been a play. That's what Charleston White is saying. See, but that's a highly doubt. That's a speculative.
If I whoop your ass, if I whoop your ass, then you're gonna be okay with it and sign this shit. Nobody's gonna agree to that, knowing that that's gonna happen.
Listen, at the end
like
of the,
and she stayed in it afterwards, but I highly doubt that someone gonna be like, this man told you I'm gonna beat your ass and this is what's gonna happen in a relationship and you gotta tolerate it to be with me. And she signed a document saying that she's okay with that.
Okay, so do whores sign documents?
I'm pretty sure it don't say I'm gonna whoop your ass. That wouldn't be a clause
so
in the
nobody
document.
signs documents.
It probably might say you can't talk about what goes on. You have to do what I say, but it's not gonna include physical abuse You don't know what it says.
I'm not saying
so that's
to do.
What I'm saying.
I'm not saying to do.
Like she agreed
now,
to get her ass whooped. That's not.
Now you have to go in your history. That's why I said I believe that Jaguar Wright wasn't lying when she said.
I never said she was lying. I don't know why you keep
listen to what I'm saying because it's relevant. It is relevant.
Anybody that
it is
stays
relevant.
in an abusive relationship. And when they talk about it, I've heard people talk about when they've been in an abusive relationship. A lot of times they be like, oh, they be fucked up in the head. They think he loves them and all that. No, I know it's me. I'm doing something wrong. I just gotta stop. And they start walking on eggshells and stuff until they get fed up enough, and then they really feel like he's gonna kill me. And then they finally get the courage to walk away. We actually saw that she tried to walk away in the court document. That video that we saw, that was outlining that video. That was the day when she tried to leave, or one of the times, if there was more, that she tried to leave, and he caught her, and that's why that in that document.
That day she was saying, right? That day she wasn't mentally disabled or anything. I'm asking you.
It doesn't just go away.
I'm asking you.
For you to be in a relationship,
what I'm saying
she probably had enough.
What I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when she is doing something that she's not supposed to be doing, like laughing at Kim, allegedly, right? That's mental illness. But when she is, I've had enough because I've been getting my ass whooped, that's not mental illness.
Because you said that, I didn't say that.
So it's all mental illness.
If a woman stays in a
I'm talking about laughing
with
at
a man,
I'm talking about allegedly. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
that
about
a part of it.
I'm not talking about that.
I'm not talking about that. Stay in a relationship
I'm saying if you listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying if it's true that she was laughing at Kim,
she probably had enough. It felt like he's really
listen to what I'm saying.
Or got to a point that she couldn't take anymore,
it's true,
and that's why she decided to leave.
If it's true that Cassie was laughing at Kim about her abuse, what is that? Is that mental? Is that a mental disorder?
I think someone that would laugh at that, there's something wrong with you.
Okay,
so wouldn't do that.
So okay, listen.
In an abusive relationship, if they don't leave, they end up dead. So if she didn't want to end up like Kim, when shit got real, that's when she decided to walk away. When she like, damn, this nigga gonna kill me. She thought she could handle it, or he probably.
That doesn't answer why you're laughing at somebody else's abuse.
That has nothing to do with it.
That's
a separate thing. She fucked up in the head is all together. Most of the time in abusive relationships, the guy will apologize. He'll be like, I'm sorry. He'll say all this stuff, and they be wanting to believe it because they're already fucked up to be with him in the first place.
If they're fucked up,
and he believed, and he probably apologized. He probably said, I wouldn't do it no more, which is probably why she stayed as long as she did. But then when she realized, like, damn, this nigga's gonna kill me, or after all these people started dying. Okay,
I'm arguing about her character.
That has nothing to do.
Yes,
We're talking about her being a victim. She could still be a victim.
I never argued that she's not a victim.
If you have something is wrong with your head,
I never argued that she's not a victim.
Best character.
I don't believe that something was wrong with her. I think that nothing is wrong with her.
Okay.
I think she makes. Listen.
That they're not being manipulated.
Oh my God.
How you heard people talk when they're abused and what they say?
This is not a normal situation. We're not gonna act like P. Diddy is just a normal nigga. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is relevant because she could have just wanted him for his money. That's all I'm saying. She could have just wanted him for his money.
She could have just wanted him for his money, and she tried to leave because she probably feared for her life.
And I'm not mad at that.
He was really crazy.
Because she's still a victim. And I agree that she's a victim. But I still think that she is the type of person that if she's gonna laugh at somebody else's abuse, then at the end of the day, the type of person that she is gonna be like, oh, okay, I can stick it out for this fucking bread because I'm not gonna fucking leave this situation empty-handed. Versus, yo, something is wrong with me and I'm mentally fucked up. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's no mental thing. I think she just wanted the bread, and I think it got too much. Is she still a victim? Yeah, 100%. Just like Meg Thee Stallion is still a fucking victim, but I don't believe that Tory shot her. I'm just saying you could. I'm just saying you could be a victim and still be a fucked up person.
I never said
that's
she
all
wasn't.
I'm saying.
I never said she was.
Then what is the debate about? Because that's all I'm saying. If we're
that's the whole point.
that's what I'm saying.
I think she's a fucked up. Not
mentally fucked up.
So that would be
not mentally fucked up. Not mentally fucked up.
Not mentally fucked up. You're not thinking all around.
Not mentally fucked up.
Wouldn't you agree with that?
So your argument is she's a morally fucked up person.
Yes, morally, not mentally, morally.
Saying that she has behavioral issues. That's probably why she endured this situation.
Most people that will endure an abusive relationship because
I'm trying to see the contrast so I can put my point because I don't agree either way.
Whether she left or not, that doesn't.
Well, no,
and even if she stayed with him for the money, that's
what I'm saying. I don't even care the whole laughing about it part. I don't really care about that.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, and this is where I chime in at because I've been listening.
So nobody got lighter. Oh,
I've been listening to the discourse, and I understand what both of your points are.
This is off the table.
What I believe, my pie's in here. What I believe is that she thought the grass was green or whatever, and she tried agree with partially what you said. You know, she would try to stick it out. Her laughing or whatever at someone else's misfortune. I think that's more immaturity. You know what I mean? And she was young. She was a very young girl at the time when he started dealing with her, especially if she noticed his abuse with Kim Porter while he was with her, because she was extremely young when he was dealing with Kim Porter. So just thinking about all of that, trying to weigh it all in, she probably didn't have mental capacity to take everything in, and she came from nothing. She didn't really have shit. So
yeah, so sometimes when people are at the bottom, they're willing to do anything, and they don't look at it like.
She could have had. Let me finish. And then you can go.
New London.
Let me finish and you can go. I know.
She didn't come from nothing.
That don't matter. That don't matter. Listen. Oh. Let's one at a time. Let's one at a time. So it can sound like quality.
I'm not talking about theirs. I'm talking about
hold on.
Coming from New London.
OD.
Being a model. Being a model.
Hold on.
Where did you see her at before she started making music? Because I ain't never seen her.
Hold on. Let me finish.
How much money was she making?
It doesn't matter where, whatever. Abuse is abuse. That doesn't negate anything.
That's what I'm saying.
What my point in the whole thing is that I think she was from a place of immaturity. Regardless of where she grew in New London, Granby, or she grew up in fucking Haiti. It don't fucking matter where she grew up from. She took a bag that was better than her lifestyle. Her lifestyle was 100%. Not Greenwich. She fucking New London. New London is trash, bro. You know New London is like one of the worst places in fucking Connecticut? New London is trash. Just because we live in Connecticut doesn't mean, well, I'm telling you. Just because we live in Connecticut, right? Just because you live in, hold on, let me time out. Just because you live in, time out. Just because you live in Connecticut, let me take this out of the equation. Just because you live in Connecticut, don't mean you doing good. Because a lot of motherfuckers live in Connecticut,
what are you willing to
that
do
ain't
for the come
doing
up?
shit. Exactly, and that's what a lot of people do when they're desperate.
So this is what I'm saying that she did.
But she still tried to leave him, so obviously she
did.
I'm not disputing that. She didn't want her ass to be worked.
I agree. But I don't agree that she has behavioral issues to that. I think she has trauma, but I don't think she's retarded. I think, scratch that word. You know what I mean by that. You know how we use it. So I'm thinking, you know what I mean, in terms of, in that situation, she knew what she was getting herself into. 100%. She got into it, and she did whatever she did, and she fucked herself over. But she was looking at it from a place of of
immaturity, like you said.
Immaturity, right? And then the other thing was she really wanted to change her life. When they have these things, we're doing pretty well for ourselves.
Will put up stuff. Men will prostitute themselves. Or they be like gay for pay because they don't have shit or whatever. They'll do stuff and they'll say I'm not gay. And
sometimes that's an excuse.
Yeah, it is an excuse.
Because you can still work and make the same amount of money. You're not breaking the bank when you out there prostituting yourself out. Plus,
depending on
if you're a savvy business person, most prostitutes have a John or not a John, a pimp. You know what I mean? Or a madam or some shit like that. They're not organizing their own bread. They can. OnlyFans is a way they can do it. But OnlyFans wasn't around when she decided to take this opportunity.
People that do sex work feel like they don't have no other option. They don't want to work at McDonald's. They probably didn't go to school. They want fast money.
They feel like it.
Yeah.
They feel like it for that instant gratification. But you could get that gratification in other ways. But you don't want to do it.
There's some type of disconnect.
Yeah, you're lazy. A lot of times you're lazy. Let's just call it what it is.
They don't want to work at McDonald's because that's not good.
That's lazy because working at McDonald's is working. That means you got to work multiple shifts. That means you got to work at more than one McDonald's. That means you got to work at McDonald's and work at Walmart and work at Target.
If you don't have 3 jobs, then you're lazy.
If you don't do what you need to do to take care of whatever you need to take care of, then that is why you're lazy. You know what you have to do it. Don't make an excuse and don't say, oh, woe is me, get a little violin and say, oh, I'm going to be a prostitute because there's nothing else that I can do. That's bullshit. Why aren't you a prostitute? Why aren't you a prostitute?
Everything has a reason.
Why are you not a prostitute?
Because
we had a pretty hard life. We had a pretty hard life. We wasn't on the street, we wasn't adopted, but you're not a fucking prostitute. You don't have any kids. You could have did whatever, but you didn't throw your life away. You decided to make the right decisions. You got to a certain point in your life and decided, I'm gonna do this. But if you get an opportunity that's going to change
she's not going to laugh at Kim when she sees another woman getting beat about that shit.
I laughed at people getting their ass beat. I laughed at people getting their ass beat.
That's morally. Like, how are you going to laugh at somebody and then sue a nigga for the same shit that you laughed at?
Immature. Have you ever laughed when you seen a disabled person?
That's not moral.
Have you ever laughed when you seen a disabled person? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Why you taking
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Hold
yes
on,
or no?
hold on.
Yes or no, bro? Just answer that and we'll get to the next part, please.
Why are you asking this?
Oh, bro. Can you answer it?
Yes.
I have to. All right. So that doesn't make it immoral or anything that you laughed at a disabled person.
How does it not make you? How does it not make you this moral?
You didn't answer.
How does it not make you this moral?
If I've done that, it
does make you immoral. You know you're wrong for laughing. That's immoral.
Immoral then, because we reposted stuff.
I'm saying we all have times of listen.
Bro, I'm not
we all have times of being.
I'm not gonna do that.
We all have times of being immoral. But what I'm saying,
as somebody that's less fortunate in some cases, it depends.
Oh
when
God.
has somebody
that
fallen,
has somebody
fallen, and you laugh.
So
yes,
domestic violence is just some shit.
That's just another fancy way of saying the same thing that we're saying. You're saying the same thing, but you're making it more extreme. That's what it is. The only difference with this is this is an action.
Was I right to be like, oh, that's what makes it immoral? Yes.
All right.
Yes.
It's an actual situation.
When you are immoral and you know better, you should do better, right?
So you should.
Right. Yes. Me, everybody, but that's what y'all saying is it don't matter. It does matter. It matters if you know better and you choose not to. You don't give a fuck.
No matter how much you want it, you're never gonna get it. Never gonna
That's not perfection. That's not perfection. That's being better. That's being a better person. If you don't strive to be a better person, then you're good with being a fucked up person, and that's not good. That's not good.
It is.
That's not good. Smiley, if you're saying you don't strive to be a better person, that's wow. That's wow. If you don't want to strive to be a better person, that's wow, bro. Then you feel like you're perfect now. Because if you don't feel like you're perfect now, you're striving to be better. So what you're saying don't make no damn sense. How can you just be like, oh, yo, we have moments where we're just fucked up and it's okay. But listen to what I'm saying. Can you, you're not even answering the question. You're not even answering. So now I can't even ask the question because you don't even want to hear it make sense.
That it was okay. Nobody said that.
What I'm saying is that we all know it's not okay, but to better ourselves, we gotta listen.
She left him. God. She's not with him no more. She's married to.
That's not bettering herself. That's not bettering herself. Bettering herself will be like, look, I'm not even gonna laugh at this because this could be me one day. I'm not gonna laugh at this shit. That's not bettering yourself.
When she did that?
Look, all right, cool.
That was in the past.
Cool.
So
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Exactly. Why? Because karma struck. Karma struck her ass.
It wasn't karma.
She laughed at some shit that happened to somebody else, and karma came and it happened to her. Now she wants sympathy. That's my thing. Yo, at the end of the day, you can't laugh at some shit and then it happened to you, and then it's like now you want sympathy. Now you need sympathy. Now you need money. Now you need sympathy. Now everybody needs to demonize this shit.
Or say anything. All I see was the court document. She never did no interviews or nothing like that.
If I never encountered this and then it happens to me,
other people put it there. She never
I would
said
say
it.
that's karma.
That's what I'm
she's
saying.
Not asking for sympathy.
I can't say that's karma.
Diddy never said he was a molester. Diddy never said he beat people. You had to see it to believe it, right? But guess what? There was all type of fucking allegations way back in the past. So he's like, no, we gotta sit here and wait. We gotta sit here and wait till 2024 to speculate if somebody is doing some fuck shit. No, you have to have discernment. You have to use credible people to make a fair assessment sometimes, even if you don't see credible evidence. You have to.
Everything that somebody is accused of is the truth without no evidence.
Did I say that?
That's what you're saying. You said there was allegations.
Rewind that.
And there was,
rewind that and say. Rewind that and I said that sometimes you have to have credible evidence.
So what was the evidence?
The evidence was credible people saying that this shit happened to her. That's evidence to me. This is what I'm saying. It's not evidence to you. See, that's bullshit. With that mentality, niggas is never gonna get caught because they gotta have specific evidence. You have to see the video.
That's why he's not locked up. They don't have.
They got the evidence. They got the evidence. He's not locked up because he has money. He's not locked up because he has money. He's not exactly. But guess what? You're saying that shit don't matter because he was just accused and there's no evidence that he did none of that shit.
In the court of law.
I'm not talking about the court of law. I'm talking about making a fair assessment about a person's character. We're talking about Cassie. We're talking about her character and what she decided to do on messing with Diddy. At the end of the day, he's mad old. So, there should be a correlation with young girls messing with old ass niggas. There should be a correlation with young girls messing with old ass niggas that have that type of success. There's things that she could have avoided. She chose not to. She chose not to. She chose to laugh at that situation. She chose to be naive. She chose a lot of this shit. And I'm not saying she's not a victim because she was a victim. She got her ass whooped. I'm pretty sure Carissa's a victim. I'm pretty sure Kim was a victim. But you know what happened? Because there's no evidence, because there's no tape, because there's no concrete facts, motherfuckers keep putting themselves in these situations because, we never know. Yes, motherfucker, you're going to have to know because you have to use discernment. You have to use precautions. These women, obviously, they weren't taught this shit because,
That's my point. That's my whole point. She wasn't taught that. So is that and maybe she learned her lesson now. She ain't with him no more. She married to someone else. So maybe that's a better relationship. So she needed to grow. She was 17 when she met him and he was in his 30s. There's a reason why minors are not supposed to date people that are over 18.
So where her father?
Because of the power dynamic.
So where's her father?
Based on their
so
age.
Where's her father? Because that's her father's job. Where's her father?
So again,
her father wasn't there?
So again,
was her father there?
I don't know.
We gotta fact check. Because now it's not our job to know
it's not, but that's the point that I'm making. If you weren't raised a certain way, you're not gonna look for those certain type of things, and you're gonna feel like, I have to do this, or you're gonna have a certain mindset, like you said, why I didn't go prostitute, why I wouldn't sleep with a man, or have I thought about it before? Sometimes when it got hard, but I'll be like, no, I'm not gonna sleep. That has occurred to me before. Like I wouldn't get my ass whooped, but like drugs, or whatever. I value myself more than to do that than to just sleep with someone that I'm not interested in.
It's not even just like
money
or whatever. Just knowing that you have more.
How old did it take y'all to figure this out?
Like I said, and this is why.
How old does it take?
And this is why I'm saying this because I did a lot of fucked up shit. I was very promiscuous growing up, and I feel like that's because of lack of father figure. So I had to figure that out myself and make mistakes and learn my own self.
That's not a victim though. If everybody had to figure it out themselves and you got to make mistakes, that's not no victim. We're saying that she's a victim because of what we saw on tape, right?
She is, because he was beating her.
Exactly.
She didn't fight him back.
And I agree. But if we're saying that, then we don't know about all the other shit. We're just speculating.
Normally, when people are, and I know people that have been in abusive relationships, I watch documentaries and stuff, and they talk about it. The guys that do stuff like that, normally, they're not gonna walk up to you and show you that they're gonna whoop your ass, because that's dumb. Why would you do that? If they know that that's gonna happen, then most people are not gonna be in a relationship with someone like that. They have the honeymoon stage where they're perfect, they're so charming and everything. They give you the world, they think they're perfect, and then little by little they start to test the waters. They start being very controlling, or they do little shit just to see what they could get away with, to test you, to see what your mentality is, if they could get away with it, because every woman is not gonna allow a man to put their hands on her. And then it'll be little stuff one by one. It'll be like, oh, he raised his voice, or he threw something across the room. He didn't hit me, but he talked to me in a way that he never spoke to me before. I was scared just from the way he talked to me. But it's like, he never hit me, and he never did this before. This is one incident, and then they make an excuse for it, and then they move on because they're like, this never happened. I don't know who this person is. And then they ramp it up. Now they choked you. And then you're like, oh,
can I ask you something?
They make excuses for it to make, because they don't understand, because it's manipulation.
Cool. At what
because
point,
if that's the case, any woman would accept that.
You're right. Let me ask you this question though. At what point, right? Once you know,
that depends on the
hold
person.
on. I'm not.
For me,
I'm asking
I would
you.
leave as soon as you put your hands on me.
Okay.
But that's not just because they don't. That's why I said some people are so manipulated, or they're so. She probably did want the money, and we don't know what her life. You said she came from New London. That doesn't mean nothing. Just because you came from New London, that don't mean you're rich. So I don't. And even if she did have decent money, she wasn't. She didn't have Diddy money. So let's.
So she had to be rich. That justifies.
You're
because
the one
she didn't have
who said
Diddy
she from New London.
So she didn't have. So she had to
I'm
have.
not justifying it. I'm
like,
only bringing that up because you said she was from New London. Like that means something.
I'm just saying, y'all making it seem like she was poor. So so why?
What I'm
saying,
you're
saying she
why the fuck? Why the fuck? Listen. How is she poor?
If you had money,
how is she poor?
Nobody said she was poor. I said you're not poor. Are you going to take a bag? Yes or no? That's what I asked you.
Not because of my morals. Like, I'm not going to take it up the ass for $1 million.
Nah, I'm not saying
some people are taking up the ass for $1 million. Listen, some people are taking up the ass for $1 million. I don't know. I've never gotten $1 million from anybody.
You know if you're a man.
You never gotten $1 million from anybody.
You're a man.
I know I'm a man. What about it?
Different.
How is it different?
She's a female.
It doesn't matter. She's going to be taken care of easier because she's a female and she's an attractive female.
Right. But you're going to take this $1 million, nigga.
How am I going to take this $1 million? You're just saying that she's vain because she's pretty and she's a female.
You said all that. I ain't saying
So what does that mean? What does it mean that? What is
I didn't say it. We said that you're literally the one that said she did that for money, and now you're saying that we said that. You said that. You talked about where she came from, and you're like, she's from New London. She got
y'all saying she's poor because I'm saying.
I never said that ever.
Okay, so why does she need Diddy money? Why does she need Diddy money?
Because you brought up that she was from New London.
Because I think she needed Diddy money because she was good. She wasn't poor. She was straight. Listen.
You know that?
Can I speak? Can I speak? Because every single time I'm trying to explain myself, it's like nobody want to hear it.
Most people that do stuff like that.
All right, no. We gotta have some organization.
Most people that do stuff like that are making like an average income or below. So that is poor on the grand
Hold on, you got 60 seconds. Go ahead.
So most people that are willing to do stuff like that, they're not making a lot of money. They might be making an average income or less. They might have a roof over their head, but they might not be able to. There might be sometime they don't eat. I don't know what her situation is, and you don't know either. All you said was she's from New London, but I don't know what that has. You're saying that implying like, oh, because she's from New London, that she had money. Most people that will put up with stuff like that for money is because they don't have it like that. They might be okay and have have a roof over their head, but they're not rich, and that's why they're doing that. If you were rich and you had money, I would guarantee you they probably wouldn't do that if she was rich. That wouldn't be, you wouldn't feel the need to, you said she was doing it for money. That's what you said. You feel like, it shouldn't be whatever you're saying, or we shouldn't be feeling bad for her because she put herself in that situation because she wanted the money.
He got 60 seconds.
So if she wanted the money, then
so what I'm saying is y'all are making it seem like she is poor. Why are y'all making it seem like she's poor? Because she needs Diddy's money. She needs to be a millionaire. She doesn't need nothing. At the end of the day, all I was implying was, she could have been suburb. She could have been straight, but she wanted that extra. Hey, that's not, look, at the end of the day, she was good. She wasn't poor. She wasn't poor. She wasn't anything. She was straight. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if Jaguar Wright, a person that has been saying these things about Diddy for years, a lot of people that she's been talking about has been coming true. So when she's agreeing with somebody else that knows Diddy, that knows the bodyguard, Gene, when he was in that situation, he knew what was going on, and then he was like, fucking.
She got 60 seconds.
All right, go ahead. I didn't even finish my point.
Cause you dragged it. You got to get to your point in 60 seconds. It's hard.
I think we need.
It's hard. All right, 90 after this.
So if you have money, or if you come from money, then what would be their incentive to get to be rich? If you're okay, if you're already well off and you don't need the money, then why would you want to be like, you want to be a rapper or you want to be a famous, like, world renowned and everything like that? Those people are usually rich. Why aren't you not content with the lifestyle that you currently live? Why do you want that? You're not poor, you're not homeless, so why do you want that? Most people want a better life. Nobody want to be, and just because she lived in New London, we don't know if she's poor or what she had, but I don't think she was rich, or she wouldn't have subjected herself to that. And I don't think she knew that it was going to happen prior to happen. She didn't know she was going to get her ass whooped. She didn't sign up for that. Regardless if she signed up to be with him and she was using him for his money, she didn't know that was going to come with her getting dragged and her ribs broken and all this extra shit and being held hostage and all that.
All right, he got a 90-second rebuttal.
She could have very well knew that shit, because at the end of the day, if what Jaguar was saying was right, she saw Kim and she laughed at that shit. And if that's the case, then that person could have been the same person that was like, look, I'm gonna just get this bread. I don't think it's that hard to appease this man. And maybe,
She probably didn't think it was gonna happen to her. She probably was walking on
edge. You should stop my clock. Stop my clock.
I got the time. Go ahead. Come on, let's review.
You see what I'm saying? Stop my clock.
Go ahead.
So at the end of the day, I believe in my heart of heart that she knew his character, just like we've heard things along the way. She could have chose to ignore that shit, but that is a bad thing in her character. That's her character flaw thing. That's not a retardation or anything mentally wrong with her. That just means that she makes the bad decisions. And I don't think a person that is morally wrong is the same thing as the person that is like in the grand scheme of things wrong. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she knew what type of situation she was in. I think that she dragged it out to get as much as she possibly could, and she ended up getting the bag. And I'm not mad at her, but she took a lot more than she wanted to take. 100%.
A lot of times when people are in an abusive relationship, or even I'll take it to like a man cheating or something, just to give an example or whatever. Like, some women will believe that, oh, that's not me. Just because he did that to you, that don't mean he will do it to you. Or she's seen that happen and she thought, maybe I'm not gonna make him mad. I'm not gonna give him a reason to whoop my ass. So she probably was walking on eggshells and thinking she was doing everything right. But a person like that, you don't need a trigger. Or it don't even have to be you. They're just gonna fuck you up because that's what they do. But in her mind, she probably, and this is what happens to abuse victim. This is the mindset that they have. I hear them say this a lot. Like, oh, it's me. I did this. I need to just stop doing what I'm doing, and it'll get better. I know it's gonna get better if I just stop. I'm just gonna stop doing stuff to make them mad, and then maybe so if she's seen that happen, like, yeah, it's wrong that she laughed at her, but she could have had in her mind, that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna give him a reason. They're totally different personalities too, from what I can tell. Well, no. Well, I was thinking about Carisha. Never mind. But she probably thought, like, I'm a docile, I'm a sweet woman, I'm submissive. There's no reason he's gonna want to put his hands on me. She don't probably know how it started or how it led up to that. He could have told her a whole different story on why he put his hands on her. Maybe that's why she was laughing. He could have made up something and told her a lie and said, I beat her ass because she set me up and she did this, or she put her hands on me first, or she stole from me, or that doesn't justify him whipping her ass. But you don't know what was the explanation that he gave her, and some women will believe anything, or they'll make them or lie to themselves to get themselves through a situation.
All right, so you're gonna do 2 unlimited closing arguments, and then go to the next topic. I didn't say anything on this, but what I'm gonna say is like real quick. But what's your rebuttal to what she just said?
This is my closing argument, or this is my
Closing.
rebuttal?
If you want to rebuttal, then that shit closing argument's unlimited though. Time. But when you done, you done.
Let me see the later.
I just want to say, at the end of the day, I just want to sympathize with what she had to go through, because she got her ass whooped, and I'm pretty sure she got her ass whooped previously, before the tape, and
she could have been in an abusive relationship prior to that.
So, like I'm saying, I think that personally, this could have been avoided with a little bit of maturity, a little bit of precautions, and a little bit of critical thinking. I think the reason why J-Lo and Diddy broke up is because she saw the wild shit firsthand, and she was like, nah, I can't fuck with this shit. And the J-Lo situation was right before the Diddy situation, so I just wanted to bring that up, because there was a history where Diddy was trying to like get back with J-Lo, and he made Cassie cut her hair in a way, or look like J-Lo. I think it was like a Halloween or some shit like that. That to me, like, that's early on in the relationship, but I just feel like there's certain signs that there were like red flags. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like for a young, beautiful lady like that in this industry, once you know that you're going to be in Hollywood, once you know that you're going to, especially hip hop, and you're going to be married to, or trying to be married to somebody like Diddy, and he has a reputation of, you know, getting down with a whole bunch of girls and shit. I think she's seen a lot of things, and it didn't take a long process into what type of man that she was dealing with. I think there was a lot of times early on where she was like, she could have said, yo, this nigga is abusive, or this nigga is a drunk, or this nigga is egotistical, or this nigga is, and I think a lot of times, the reason why I said that I don't believe she was poor, because these are the times that she could have been like, nah, I'm kind of good. But the money, in my opinion, was the main factor that said, you know what, I'm going to stick it out. Because I think that seeing his characteristics, seeing these flaws, was all, it was seen, but it's just ignored. And that's what I have a problem with. It's like you can't ignore this shit until it happens to you, and then now, you know what I mean, you want all the sympathy in the world. Now you're still a victim, but you're not innocent. And this is what I'm saying. This is what Charleston White was making the point. Like, yo, at the end of the day, you know what type of nigga you was fucking with. and you learned early, and you could have bowed out gracefully before it got too crazy, but you chose to stick it out for the long run. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that shit comes with consequences. That's all I gotta say.
So, people stay in an abusive relationship when the nigga don't got no money. So, that's why I don't think it's necessarily just about money. That could have been a component of it, but there are women that get abused and they keep going back. Some women are unalive because they kept going back or whatever. And the nigga then, he wasn't P. Diddy. He was a regular dude or whatever. She was taking care of him in some cases. So it don't, I don't think it's necessarily, I don't know if it was about money or not. And also, you compared her to the J-Lo situation. J-Lo was older when they got together. Again, she was 17 when she met him. And we can't ignore it. There's a reason why it's frowned upon for someone that age to be dating a man that's that old. There's a power dynamic, whether there's money or not. Because you've been on this earth longer, you know more things, so you're able to manipulate. And then with the money, then that's another power dynamic, because you're able to expose me to a lifestyle that I never dreamed of. And some people, that's tantalizing. That's everything. And it's hard to just walk away from that. And again, like I said before, she probably didn't think it would happen to her. Or and sometimes you said they were red flag. Sometimes if you haven't been in a situation before, you don't know. You have to experience. If no one told you prior to this, like if you weren't raised to know what to look for in those cases, you have to experience it to know now this is a red flag. Now I've been in an abusive relationship, so I know the signs to look for to avoid this. And nobody don't have to tell me. I could peep game before anybody say anything and I'm out. Also, she could have been, a lot of times when women stay in abusive relationships, they've been in more than one abusive relationship. So that's why I said, and I don't know if that's the case with her, but it could have been. Sometimes that's why I said it could be a mental thing or something where you don't value yourself. You feel like this is the best I could do. And sometimes the guy will manipulate you and tell you that. And if you're in a relationship with someone long enough and they're telling you, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna do no better than me, he's very arrogant. He probably was saying stuff like that. Like, you know who I am. Like, you're never gonna work in this town. Like, you're never gonna, I could imagine him saying stuff like that to her, especially with what he's being accused of doing or what we've seen him do or whatever. He probably was using that power to tell you, like, you're not shit. You're an ant to me. Like, I could crush you. Like, nobody's going to care about you. You don't matter. She might have already felt like that to put herself in that situation. And she could have been being abused prior. She could have been abused when she was growing up. She could have seen abuse in the household when she was growing up. So that could have messed up her mind and made her think that that was acceptable, even though nobody wants to be abused. But if you see that, you might think, and then your parent is telling you it's okay, or you're like, you confused, like, why do you keep going back if they're doing this to you? You witnessing them doing that, and they're like, just be quiet, or just go to your room, or don't worry about it. Like, if a man's providing, you just shut up and don't say nothing. Because, you know, back in the day, they would whip your ass and it was okay. Women didn't have rights. So we've evolved beyond that. So that's all I'm saying. We don't know the whole backstory and her upbringing. I feel like for you to put yourself in a situation, you have definitely some type of trauma that led for you to be dealing with that and putting up with it as long as she did. And you can't ignore that. But yes, she should have left sooner. But there's reasons why people don't do that. If they're thinking like you and me and us here, then they wouldn't. But I don't think that was her mindset. That wasn't the way she was thinking. And we're also grown. And if I was younger, the way that I was moving when I was younger, if I had the opportunity to meet Diddy or something, or somebody else, a famous celebrity, that I had crushes on grown men when I was a teenager, celebrities. If they would have been like, I'm gonna fly you out or something when I was younger, I wouldn't do that now. But when I was younger, before I grew up and my mind changed and I went through different experiences and learned better, I probably would have, because there was times when I didn't have something to eat sometimes or whatever. I was never homeless, but it was a struggle. So I could see how someone could feel the need to do that. But and if I was presented with that idea, if I had, and I like to sing, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a singer and I or a songwriter. I that was like my dream or whatever. So if I was presented with that opportunity and then I got to meet Diddy and we're going to the studio and we're working together and then he tried to sleep with me or something, would I do that now? No. But when I was younger, possibly. Because I got the chance to be a millionaire and I don't have to struggle and I don't have to worry about stuff like, like it's, and especially when you're younger. Like I said,
so
I think she's learned her lesson at this point.
Like, I really feel like, just to clarify, like, I really feel like she was picked, groomed, and processed. And I feel like she wasn't supposed to come out and say a lot of these things. But she found legal loopholes and she played her position correctly and she got the bag. And I feel like there's no way that she would have even tried to get the bag unless she had her evidence and everything ready to go. Like, this wasn't no shit where it was just like, some wild shit happened. They finally, break away. She finally get away. And she's like, I don't even want to go back to it like how Aaliyah was. Because Aaliyah had a lot of trauma.
You should have it planned out in that situation because you want to make sure he can't get
but,
you.
She never went through this before, like you said, E. So she didn't know.
But
she didn't know.
You're saying she did. I'm saying that would be a good idea.
No, I'm just saying, right after she broke up with him, she didn't go through the legal process at first. Look how long.
She tried. This is not. They said she tried to press charges before, and she didn't get anyone to testify. It didn't have enough evidence to prove it. He had control of her medical records. She couldn't even. That is evidence.
Yeah. Cause
she done fucked her up. She had to go to the hospital. If you can't even get your records to show them that this is what's going on, and then everybody knows that he's doing this, and no one's willing to testify and say that he's doing this to you. Like,
he's powerful. It's hard to escape somebody.
He has the cops in his pocket and stuff like that. Like, so 100%. That's a scary situation. That's a scary guy.
So let's think about that. How did she get away? Was he just done with her?
Even when they broke up, it was like she had an apartment and he was stalking her. He remembered she was dating, or I think they said and he tried to blow up his car. Or he did blow up his car. Yeah, so that you can't say that this, like, come on, who would imagine that this is gonna be what happened? If I'm trying to follow my dream, because it could have been that she's trying to follow her dream. You said she was a model. You said she. But also she was. So you think that you have the same mindset? Listen, let me ask you a question.
No,
do you think you have the same mindset at your age now that you did when you were 17?
Absolutely
and that
not.
You would make the decision that you make now, you would have made when you were 17.
All right. Way so I would have took that much time for me to realize that I fucked up.
Like you said,
there's no way. No, it's not even man. Not even man.
Take away the money.
Not even a man shit.
The provision.
It's just
and everything.
period.
He's a man
There's
and you're a woman.
No way.
You're never gonna beat him unless you got a gun. And then you're gonna go to jail.
It don't even matter.
And nobody's there to help you. You're in this by yourself. Everybody's on his side.
Listen. All I'm saying is she knew for a long time. Like, and I could almost promise you the very, very beginning, I believe that she could have got away.
You can't promise anything because you don't know.
I said I could almost. I don't know.
Don't even say that.
I could say almost because 50 is almost. 50% is almost. So I could almost promise you that she could have got away in those early years of the relationship. Especially if she just played it like, oh, I'm just ratchet, or, you know what I mean? Or, hey, I ain't doing that. And yeah. He's not. He's like, I'm dropping this bitch. I get another one because it's Diddy. You know what I mean? Diddy got enough money to chase him, and he was fucking bitches while he was with her. So you know what I mean?
He got enough.
She wasn't too but this, you know why? You know why she became the person that got the bread is because of the things that he did to her specifically. So The reason she has the money is because of all the things. It just got to the point where she was like, I'm gonna have these tapes. I'm gonna get these tapes. Or I'm gonna get this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get hard evidence, and I'm gonna get you the fuck out of here. And I believe she was helped by somebody in the CIA or the feds or somebody that's in the game trying to get Diddy out of here. I don't know if it's Diddy, because Diddy's making a lot of money off of 50 is making a lot of money off of Diddy's demise, if you notice that. He sold a documentary to Netflix. Like, where did you get the evidence from the documentary? 50, where did you get the evidence for the documentary? This shit is crazy, yo.
Yo, but let's talk
Say
about
how you feel and then end it, because we're never.
Oh well, I mean, my point is simple.
Yeah, I think it is.
People in general, I proved it with the question that I asked. Would you take $10 million for flipping a coin, or would you take $100,000 right now?
Yeah.
And a lot of people said they would take the $100,000, and that proves that most people prefer the instant gratification, no matter what state of life you're in. Right.
Just some people are not willing to take certain risks to get it. But if you don't know, if you're not aware, once you're in it, because it could have been presented.
That's what I'm saying.
Be aware quick.
The flipping the coin is what?
It's a chance.
It's a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But
right?
that's not nothing that's gonna
But nah, it's not a detrimental
The risk is gonna hurt you.
Because you still have whatever you have before you go into that situation.
What if you don't have nothing?
Well, if you have nothing, you have nothing.
And now you have nothing again.
Now you have nothing again.
This shit
Right.
sucks.
So
If
at least
people
you got
get
a
a
chance. At least you got a chance to make what you didn't have.
Yeah, but you could have had a guarantee, and then you said fuck that for some
then
greed.
maybe,
That's
then maybe
greed,
you
bro.
need it. Maybe you need it.
You
more.
needed it if you
So
needed
then-
zero,
so then
and
if
you. Oh my
if you
god.
really needed it, then
If
Most
you're at
people,
zero
they got
and
the
you don't
chance
even
to
have
chase their
100,000,
dream, and they thought
But that's
that
what
they
I'm
were
saying.
able to do that.
With the instant gratification, like Lil Trick, you know everybody's gonna say $100,000. Only a few people are gonna say 10 mil, but they understand the sacrifices that it'll probably have to take to get that 10 mil is like flipping that coin. Whereas the 100,000, it's gonna be gone because you don't have ambition to really go and make yourself keep making $100,000 for 8 years to make yourself actually that 10 million that you denied.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Look at Nikola Tesla, bro.
It's just really different.
Mind.
It's really different if you got a business mind, you can figure out how to make both of them work.
But he decided not to. He decided let's try to where is it? Let's try to reinvent the world and shit, and then fucking the nigga from Wells Fargo kicked down that top. That's how. Like I say that because at the end of the day, he could have made the bread. It's just he didn't want the bread. Imagine giving that nigga 100,000 and what he would do with it. So you can't say that, you know, just because a nigga pick 100,000. What if a nigga just needed 100,000 and he got that shit and now he's up?
It's a lot of what ifs.
This is what
But
it's
the
not even.
question
It's
wasn't
optimism. It's optimism. It is what if. It's a what if question, and I'm saying to have optimism is to say, look, I could take 100,000 and I guarantee, and I can make something of it. You're saying if you taking 100,000, you don't want to take the risk, and you're not seeing the bigger picture. That's not fair.
What I'm saying is not fair that you making more of it than what it is. If you want the $100,000, take the shit. If you don't want the $100,000, take the risk. That's up to you as the person. What you decide to do, it says a lot.
100%.
Regardless of how you feel about it, it's not an emotional thing. It's like it is what it is.
What does it say? What it says is subjective.
Okay.
What it says, it means more to different people.
Okay.
Like if you care about the possibilities of 1 million just because it's 1 million, you're gonna do things for that 1 million. If you care, like, yo, if I get an opportunity, it don't matter what it is. If I get a guaranteed possibility, I'm gonna take that shot and make the most out of it. It's just a matter of mindset. You see what I'm saying? We can't say every nigga that picked 100,000 is just, he's wrong. Like, nah, I'm. If that's what you're saying, if that's not what you're saying, then disregard. But if you're saying that just because they took 100,000, they're not taking.
Because it's instant gratification. Because if you don't, if you flip the coin, you don't get nothing.
Listen.
And
It's only saying that people want instant gratification. That's all it is, bro.
What your argument is, and why she was in that situation.
What's wrong with instant gratification if it's not bad? What I'm saying is, I said that
when he said that.
What I'm saying,
some people will do whatever it takes, and they'll accept the negative consequences up until.
See, that's not instant gratification.
Some people, no, I mean. Once they're in the position,
so we can't correlate the two. We can't say instant gratification you're not is. Listening. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm saying once you got the opportunity already, and then you realize, oh shit, this is not what I thought. This nigga, i.e., he's whooping her ass or whatever. She didn't expect to be in that situation. She came out there to chase her dreams and be a singer or whatever, or maybe she, he was taking care of her or whatever. She thought she was gonna be happy life, happy wife, whatever. That's what she thought. But then she came there in a different story. But she's like, now I'm here. I don't have nothing at home or whatever. I not compared to this. He could give me the world. I could chase my dreams. I could be this. I could be that. He probably was telling her that she was gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna make you a. This is shit that he says to his artists. Like, he do be saying stuff like that. I'm gonna make you a star. I'm gonna get you 6 Grammys or some business. Shit or whatever. So he's telling her all this and making her believe she like. So then when he started whipping her ass, she's like, I don't got nothing to go back to. He's still providing. He's still doing all this stuff. So to her, it was worth it up until a certain point when she felt like, I got to leave this nigga. He going to kill me. Yeah. And then some people, once they get in that situation, they see that he's doing that, they would exit immediately because it's not worth it to them anymore. But most people would do, I think most women or people, not necessarily whooping your ass, but like, if there is a lot of people that you like, oh, I'm about to get $1 million, I'm about to go chase my dream or whatever, and then you get there and you done gave up everything, you spent your savings to fly out there and you staying in a whole, you don't have nowhere to go back to if you're in that situation or whatever, you're like, fuck it. That's why niggas be getting raped or letting that happen or whatever. Because there's how many dudes that then came out and said, yeah, they're allegations that are in the industry that you wouldn't expect them. Meek Mill, like would you have ever thought that this would be something
it's
that
something
they saying?
to be
allegedly.
It's something to be weird.
But would you have ever thought Meek Mills, like you wouldn't expect this to be something he's being accused of?
Not the bull from Philly.
It's not like it's something to be like, aware of. And yes, if you're approached to know how to handle it and say that, yeah, it's out there, it could possibly happen. You could be in a situation where it never happens. But we're saying that these cases happen so much that it's a likelihood that this is what happens in the industry, and you just have to be aware of what's going on and know how to move in that situation, know what to do, know who you talk to, know who you make aware of this shit so that this don't happen to other people. I mean, there's got to be something to do to avoid this shit happening, because the way that the story was is that Diddy was broken first and then, broke other people. Yeah, but not making it right, but it's saying like this has been something that's been going on in the industry for a long time.
Exactly.
Right. So like it needs to just be nipped in the bud, and
we know
we're
prior
to being
I didn't know this when I was 17 about this stuff. When I was younger, I didn't start hearing about this until I got not at this moment.
Saying, there's so many scandals.
If you go into the industry, you're gonna hear industry stories
on every color.
You're gonna hear it before the regular.
In the industry in general. But I'm talking about P Diddy. Like the only thing I heard growing up about him was like about the Biggie situation, that he might have had something to do with that, but. I didn't start hearing probably like in my 20s. Like I heard, like I don't know when I was grown when I started hearing stuff or notices or that they were saying stuff about Diddy doing stuff.
The power shit came after Biggie. All that shit came after Biggie. So Biggie had to be that sacrifice for him to start doing the shit that we're hearing that he's doing now. You see what I'm saying? Because There wasn't no women coming out from back then saying that shit. There's women that's coming out from the early 2000s, definitely. You see what I'm saying?
But
so,
and that's another thing. Just
he
because
got to
people
that
were
point,
accusing,
like,
you can't automatically just
no.
because people lie. And this is the problem. Women need to stop lying about this because there are women that are really being raped and assaulted and abused, and they're men. The women that are making it up are making it hard for you to believe people.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying to think that they're lying, but for example, if you have a family member or something, you're close with a family member, you grew up with them or something, like your brother or your uncle or your aunt or something, I don't know, and somebody accuses them of something like that, of grape, you're in your first instinct, you're probably gonna think like, oh, they would never do that. The person that I know would never do something like that. Right. So even if people were accusing them of that, and maybe she was aware of that, but that doesn't mean she believed it. Like, that doesn't mean most people don't automatically, especially now, most people don't automatically believe when someone, they call them liars and some people really are victims are so it's hard for you to be like, oh, because people were accusing him of it, that she should have just believed it, and because he could have explained it away, and it's possible that they were lying because people do that. So what do you believe in that situation? But yeah, you have to pay attention to the signs, but maybe she didn't know what the signs were because she was never in that situation before.
Did she have a father?
I don't know, and that's what we don't know, because I think that matters.
We need to know if she had a father, because Erica K. Williams about
Ebony.
Stop
calling
Ebony,
her
my bad. Ebony K. Williams having a kid without a father.
When she went to the sperm bank, and she froze her eggs before, and then she did IVF with a sperm donor from the bank. So,
do she know who to do this, or she doesn't?
I don't know if she knows or not. I didn't. They were talking about it on the piece, but I don't know. There's an article. My phone is dead, but it probably says if she knows who it is or not, because you could go to the sperm bank. Some donors could be anonymous, and some could not be anonymous, or they can have their information if they might want to be. But then I can't imagine if you're donating sperm that you're going to be in all these kids' lives. So most of the time they're probably anonymous.
I watched a documentary, and it was about guys that donate to the
I think he died, bro.
To the bank.
Ooh.
Her dad.
Oh, that's traumatic. And then he not only did he die, but that leaves the single parent.
I think, allegedly, I think. But he's not there. He's not there.
Yeah, so he died and she is a single parent. Because that's trauma right there, the fact that he died, and now you got to grow up without a father. Which could lead you down a path to do things like that. She could have been in abusive relationships prior to that. But I don't know.
She dated Ryan Leslie, and then Diddy stole Cassie from Ryan Leslie.
I didn't know they were even. I remember they made that song. I'm addicted to you.
Yeah.
You're my addiction. But I didn't know that she was dating him. I recently found that out.
Yeah.
Ryan Leslie was thorough too. He played instruments. He made beats, and he was a singer. He wrote songs. Like, he was very talented.
Yeah, he probably knew about Diddy too.
Yeah, that's why he ain't protest.
He should have said something like, "Yo, you really want to fuck with this nigga? You know he beat with you, right?" This shit crazy, yo. Damn.
I think it's crazy.
Now, what if she said, "Well, let him beat me"? What if she said that, E?
You're being ridiculous.
I'm asking you a question. What if she said, "Well, let him beat me"? I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying if it happened, what would you say?
We're on Ebony K Williams.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Right.
I think that's crazy to have a baby by yourself. It's extremely selfish. Like, it's one thing if you get in a relationship with someone and you have a child and it doesn't work out. Sometimes things don't work out. If you're young, when you grow apart, things happen. Sometimes you could still be on good terms, but you couldn't be together. So that's fine. You can co-parent, but I'm high. I don't remember what
I mean, I don't think.
But wait, it's coming.
Oh shit! Isn't it hot as fuck? God Damn it. I feel like he got all the fans. He back cool as fuck, yo.
Right, I don't even feel it because I got this damn jacket on.
Oh, I feel it now. Yes.
What else did I say? Oh, yeah. So I think that's selfish for you to have a kid by yourself. And, like, you got it from the sperm. You don't know who this person, they could have a disease that run in their family or something like that. They could be a serial killer. You don't know who this. I mean, I don't know if she knows. I'll take that back. But if she doesn't know, that's ridiculous. And now your child's gonna grow up without a father. He had no choice in the matter. You didn't give him a choice because you were selfish and you just wanted a kid. You weren't thinking about. And we know what the statistics of single parent household raised by mothers
Regardless
look like.
that they got money. Regardless.
Like, you need a father in a household. Like,
that boy gonna act up.
It's hard. Like, and then with the way that she is, like, I don't know. She's a beautiful woman. Congratulations.
She is too. That's what make it sucky about it. Like, damn. It gotta be a
So
rapper.
now, if she
You gotta
do
have
want
rapper buddy
to
for
be in
her.
a relationship with a guy, if she ever does think about that, I think she gave up on relationships, kind of.
People
like
was
that.
in the comments like,
Yeah, because even if they had that
y'all
much
act like
money,
she can't get her a man before she have the baby.
she can't maintain a man, and that's the problem. That's the fucking problem.
People
You could
just-
get a man, but
It's
you
like,
can't
They-
keep it, man.
Deliver
You
us
can't
from
keep it,
Eva.
man.
Deliver us from Eva.
That's not
Yo,
It's like that.
fuck?
You ever seen that movie?
She
Yeah.
was like,
It's
her
like
mama
that.
said, clean it up.
Right. That's Ebony K Williams.
Yo, not even.
That's what she gonna tell him. And mama said,
Yo.
clean it up. Go put your toys away now, Buster.
Not Buster.
Buster.
Crazy.
She probably be calling dudes Buster.
Yeah, she definitely dominant.
She sound like she say
Oh,
stuff like
Buster.
that.
That's what they we're
No, not Buster like from California, like Buster like a white person. Like you just like what you just said.
Better believe it, Buster.
Right. You bet your bottom dollar, Buster.
Not the bottom dollar.
Bottom dollar. Last one.
Yeah.
She said that on the news.
That's a bold.
Her news, yo, when
Bugs
she was a
Bunny talk.
newscaster, she was like the female version of Keith Coombs. Like she was
He said, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
somebody that worked on news channel.
Coombs. He was great.
Oh, the redneck dude?
Nah, he was black. I walked by, or he was Cherokee or something. Indian.
Not
He was
Cherokee.
like dark skin. But I seen him a couple times when I walked by him down the street. I was like, oh, you're Keith Coombs. He was like, yes, I am.
Ah! He wore glasses.
When I seen him, he had no glasses on.
Was he happy that he got recognized?
I don't know.
News Channel 8 was right downtown.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it still is down here.
I was surprised he was walking down the street. You want to
Yeah,
walk in
you
this?
would think them niggas pulled up in a limousine.
Right,
you know?
right. Like Ron, like
They probably don't even make
Like
that, but it's
fucking-
a local news station.
Ron Burgundy,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
you feel me? That's how I be looking at it. Like, niggas,
That's like a regular 9 to 5.
that's dope.
Not for no Keith Coombs. He was that
You
nigga.
syndicated? If you syndicated, you making some bread.
If you the guy, you be like, good morning, San Diego.
Cause what was that nigga name? I think it was something Fox. He was a weather guy, I think.
You talking about what I said. You not even giving a response. I started talking about Keith Coombs.
Yo, cuz we was talking about, I
What
don't know
was
how
we
we got,
talking
I don't know how we got
Ebony?
that. Cause she was a news anchor
Oh.
woman. But anyway,
She's beautiful. She just, you know what I mean? Made
And
a-
I was
a
like,
poor
Buster. And
decision.
you was like, she like the female.
yeah,
version of Keith
you know, yeah.
Coombs.
Yeah, she just made a poor
She
decision.
talk like
or
that.
a selfish decision.
But nah,
like you said.
I don't I mean it is what would they say, her body, her choice, right? So I can't say she's selfish.
She is selfish.
I can't say that.
I don't
If it's
think
her
an
body,
abortion
that's
is
herself.
selfish
She's
because
worried about.
You may be saving
wasn't worried
the
about her
child
child.
a life of grief and pain if you choose to get
She's
rid
helping
of
the
it.
earth by having a child though. She just not having it with a dude. So you're taking the dude out of the situation and making it like,
How's she
all right,
helping
what
her?
if she be with a dude and then they break up and they're not together? It's like a co-parent. The kid knows that the father exists, but it's still, co-parenting and coexisting is different. You know what I mean?
You're not co-parenting if you having your kid at a sperm bank.
But I'm saying that I'm saying it's,
No
it's
way,
like not
man.
being there. Like that's
Them
what I'm saying.
niggas jizz and
Not-
they bounce.
not being there.
They don't come back.
There was a documentary that I watched, and the dudes was like having relationships with the people that they donated to and stuff like that.
One guy had
Yeah, you
mad
gotta
kids.
agree to do that.
Shit like
Yeah, you gotta
they
agree to
did
do
a whole
that.
bunch of shit. Like, and they had relationships and shit. One dude ain't have no relationship, but he had mad kids, yo. He knew all his kids, yo.
That's crazy.
And he knew all the moms and shit. Was cool. Was always bringing them shit for their birthday parties and shit.
He might
Shit
as
was
well just
weird.
been a real
To
daddy.
me, that shit was
That's-
weird.
That is
But he was a
weird.
creepy
And
dude.
that's crazy.
But
I don't
he
even
just
think
wanted to help
that
when he
should be
wanted to.
allowed. It should only
But they
be
know they
if
kid,
you-
though. They know
if
they
you
kid.
can't have
They know
children,
they
but you
kid.
have to have a partner. I don't even think they should allow you to have a baby by yourself. If you don't have a partner, then or
So it's
someone
either
that you actually
don't have a child, or
unless you can't. Unless you're unable to, then
have a
but
child
there
with a
still
partner.
should be
Wait,
sperm from your partner.
Wait.
There would be sperm
A
from your
partner.
partner.
So 2 men and 2 women is fine by you.
Takes a village, right?
I didn't say
It
that.
takes a
I
village,
said
right?
Molly said it takes.
we're
a village.
talking about
I'm
men and
asking.
women. No, we're talking about men and women.
Okay.
I
okay,
said
okay. You gotta
if
be
you,
specific these days. You already know. A
Yo.
partner.
But I'm just saying, like when you have,
Because she likes
we just
men,
talking about
so why
we
would
talking
you
about a person. We talking
change
about a
it?
person having
No.
having
We're
a kid
talking
by
about a
himself.
woman, so
gotta
make
it's
sure. having the
heterosexual.
Gotta make
Other
sure,
parent
you
in the
know.
household, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
But the other parent is there.
Yeah.
If they got the other parent in the household, or they don't have the other parent in the household,
Mhm.
is it the same shit? Because she just had a kid and there's no other parent in the household. Is it the same shit?
If we're talking about finances, it's not.
Finance is not her problem. Is it the same shit?
If finances is not her problem.
That's
Is
not
it
the only
the
thing that it
same
takes to raise a child.
shit?
You need
Wait.
a parent.
His question is:
My
is
question
it the same?
My question
shit,
is:
though?
Is it the same shit? She's
The parent's still not
She's
there.
still a single parent.
So you're
she's
saying
still a single
So you're
parent.
saying a single parent
It's still a single
versus
parent.
2.
Yeah, because you should
A
have
single
same
parent
sex
versus
parent.
two parents.
Yeah, obviously, yes.
All
That's
right.
the argument.
So
That's why I'm saying,
she's
why would you
making
do this
herself
on
a
purpose?
single parent on purpose,
That's why I
just
said
to bring
that's
life
stupid.
into the world. But for the people that have the narrative about pro-life, they're saying that, oh well, she shouldn't have a kid. But now it's not natural because you're bringing this life into the world without another parent. But you still could bring a life into the world. So
You can
it's
do it.
still
That don't
bringing
mean
life
you
into
should.
the world.
I could go
and raising a
shoot
kid with
somebody,
a parent,
but that don't mean I
And she
should do
wants
it.
to have a child, but she doesn't want to make the sacrifice of the
Exactly.
relationship. To be in a relationship with somebody that wants to
Then
be
you
a
shouldn't
parent
make
with
the
you.
sacrifice of giving birth.
But
and
she
the
still wants the
privilege.
life. She still
That's
wants.
selfish.
She has the privilege to do it, so she's exercising her privilege.
I say she could do what she decided to do. Is just dumb, and that's just my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
why would you want to raise a
Set
child by
yourself up for
yourself?
failure. You want to give
Why
them
would
the
you wanna
best
be a single-
opportunity to be, what they could be. Like, yeah, there's a chance that it might not work, but you at least want to try the proper way. I feel like this is next thing we're going to be making AI babies. And she's not the first person to do it, but this being publicized because she's a public figure
need to just
or
make her
whatever.
OnlyFans.
But this is crazy. I don't think that unless you're
I think
unable
she
to
good
have
with money.
children, like you have a medical
Especially
condition
having
or
kids,
something
right?
like that,
For her,
and the sperm would have to come
what you
from
call it?
the sperm, because you need a sperm and an egg, so it wouldn't be 2 people. So what you asked don't even make no sense now that I'm thinking about it. Because you said, is it going to be 2 men or 2? It can't be 2 men because you need a sperm and an egg. So that has to be.
They can have
I'm
a
talking
kid,
about
though.
raising
They
the
can have a
child.
woman
Is there going to be
that
2 men
has
or
a
2
kid
women?
before.
That do count. Cause
But we're talking
if
about
you're talking
Ebony
about
K.
having
Williams, so why
no, I'm just saying.
why would you
If
ask
she's
that?
if
not
she's
gay.
by herself, she might be gay.
She's not.
How we know?
Because
She
she
like
dates
men.
men.
She might turn gay.
Okay.
What if she
Now you just-
what if she decide, well, fuck it, I want a partner, but I don't want a man. So I'm gonna get a woman. All these women are doing that shit now anyway. This is the most bi-curious year ever. There is so many women that decide I ain't fucking with niggas no more, so I might as well fuck with somebody else. Why? Because they don't want to raise their kid by them fucking selves. And I get that shit. Like you said, it takes a village sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
You see what I'm saying? So I get that shit. I'm just saying that shit count and that shit shouldn't be because we're destroying the regular family and saying, okay, this could be your family. As long as you put a person in there, it don't matter. Nah, it does matter because fathers matter, just like mothers matter. You see what I'm saying? And that has to be the dynamic. If that's not the dynamic, kids are confused. That's what I'm saying.
This dude said women are gods.
They are. They're goddesses. I believe
said-
we all
he
are
said
God,
women-
though.
he
Everybody
said women-
has God.
Women are
essence in it.
women are more important than men. Men are like inferior to women in that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You
and
know
that-
why? We are born from them.
Right.
But we are stronger than
Well,
them, so we have a
But can't be
responsibility.
born without
He
you.
said
We
something else.
we
He
are
said
we have a
something else.
responsibility
He said,
to take care of them.
He said,
It's like we're the gatekeepers, but the gate is more important because it's the fucking portal that
Women-
lets life
women
in
create
our fucking
women-
dimension. Like
women
that shit is
create-
sacred.
Women create men. Men don't create women. And women dictate
You both create.
whether you're gonna
Yeah.
be a man
It's-
or a woman or have this hair or that
gatekeeper.
or whatever the case may be and whatever. And men don't have anything to do with that. And the other guy was like, okay, so let's go back to science class because obviously you fell asleep. Where does the fucking nut come from? And how many do we have? Millions of them motherfuckers swimming inside of us. So without our seed to go into her egg to be fertilized, there is no child.
The
Yes,
key.
we need her,
You need the key.
but
And
she
he could- and
Can't be
a man-
two.
us.
Can't be two gates. So
Now,
who's gonna open the
She
gate?
can
Nobody's
get it
gonna
from,
open the
she
gate.
can get it from the store now.
Nobody's gonna come through the gate because the gate
can get
doesn't
it
have
from the
a
store
key.
You can go on Amazon and buy a child now.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Nah,
what I'm
you
saying.
can't go on Amazon.
You
and buy
have
a
two
child.
keys, same thing. How you gonna have a kid with two keys? Where are you going into? You can't go into
you
the
can get-
sludge farm and get a kid.
Listen.
Why are you saying
You
that?
talking about
We're
that.
talking
I'm not
about
talking about
Ebony
that.
K
I'm
Williams,
just
so why are you
saying.
making it?
Yeah, but I'm not talking
Listen,
about that.
we was having a conversation.
But I'm still talking about the woman need us to to get the child.
Yeah,
so what I'm
this-
saying
this-
what I'm saying is that being said, we are valuable to the relationship dynamic as
Absolutely.
us providing
A
that
man
part
can
of it.
impregnate a woman
Now,
every day if he wants.
woman can go
only carry
and
for
buy the
9 months.
shit
She
or
gonna
get
get
the
pregnant
shit
one time.
from
within-
the doctor or something like that and get inseminated or something like that
Sex more than women.
with some shit like
We
that.
don't want to validate
But
cheating.
that
we don't want to do that.
It doesn't mean. that
It
you
does
should.
matter.
It shouldn't just- So
It
that
does
means
matter.
when we're talking about pregnancy, then that means you should just be getting everybody pregnant. That's ridiculous.
No, it
So,
just-
no.
it-
That's what we're talking about. So if you're gonna
We're
say
talking about
that
polygamy
men
and why
should have
polygamy
sex
makes
more
makes
because
sense.
they're able to get a bunch of women pregnant, then
Mhm.
you're saying that they should sleep with a bunch of women and get them pregnant. That's what
Yeah,
you're saying.
that
Why
makes
would
more
you-
sense.
No, it doesn't.
So how does it not make
I mean,
sense?
you can, cause it. Why would
Why would
you
what?
do that?
Because you are in nature, you're supposed to. God showed you, hey, this is what you can
Just
do.
because you can do something, that does not mean, again, just because
Not
I
can do
I
something.
can shoot
You've
somebody,
been doing it
but
for
that doesn't
years,
mean that
and you
I'm
weren't wrong for doing it. This was natural. Not just you could do it. This is what you've been doing for years. Just like women,
Nobody's
just like
saying
women
that
sit
you
down
don't
and pee
do it.
for years. They've been sitting down and pee. They didn't stand up and pee. They had to sit down and pee because they like, yo, for years this makes more sense to sit down and pee. At the end of the day, they took something that they needed to do and they do it naturally. Now, if a bitch decides to stand up and pee, guess what? She's not natural, right? And this is what I'm talking about. It's the same difference. It's the same difference. Some things are just natural for men to do. Men are going to lust for women. There are going to be more women. Why? Because men were supposed to impregnate the women. There's a few amount of men were supposed Not saying this is what's going on, but a few amount of men were supposed to breed naturally in a whole bunch of women, and that's just how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be the other way around naturally, because naturally we don't see that with any other mammals. You see what I'm saying? I'm just
said the other way around.
Listen, I'm just talking about what's natural versus what just happens, what we just happen to do. This is not what we just happen to do. This is something that we are supposed to do, what is natural to do, but is looked upon as something we can't do. So this is why a lot of this shit, a lot of these relationships, because this is why a lot of these relationships don't work out, because the female mentality is like, no, this shit doesn't benefit me, and we're in America, so you're going to be monogamous to me. You're going to be monogamous to me. Listen,
you don't need a relationship.
I'm not saying you're supposed to be getting people pregnant. I'm supposed to. I'm saying polygamous relationships make more sense in America than just dicking down on. I said naturally. No, I didn't. I said naturally. Naturally, we fuck more. We're supposed. I said naturally we're supposed to fuck more than y'all. Naturally, we're supposed to fuck more than y'all. Okay, no relationship. Naturally, we're supposed to. Naturally, yes. That's why.
So you were men. So why aren't you doing it? Is what I'm asking.
I'm not doing it because we're not in a state where we could be natural to what we're naturally doing.
Yes, you can.
No, we can't. We're in America. Not if most women want monogamy. How could I say? How could I say I want polygamy? I can't do that.
You didn't say relationship in the beginning.
So what are we saying?
You were just talking about. You said a man has a billion sperm or whatever. Because I said, he can impregnate someone every day if he wants to. And then you said that's what they're supposed to do. Then later on down the line, you said it in a relationship. So that's why I said, why don't you do that? If all you're supposed to do is impregnate a bunch of women because you got to populate the earth, why don't you just do that? Because you added relationship after. You didn't say
I think you take things that you hear, certain keywords, and then you try to.
You didn't say relationship.
I think you take certain keywords that I say and you try to make it seem like that's all I said, and that's not all that. That's not all that I said. That's not all that I said. Even if I don't have I'll take out relationships. You happy? I'm gonna take out.
Okay, so now I'm asking you the question.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen and you listen. I am not in a situation where I'm gonna.
You have sperm.
Why are you not letting me answer the question?
You got sperm.
You want me to answer the question, or you're gonna tell me what I should say?
That's what you supposed to
do. You want me to answer the question, or you're gonna tell me what I should say?
Answer it.
So the answer to your question: why am I not out here having a whole bunch of bitches? Because we are in a world where that is not possible. I cannot do these things without consequences. Why? We're in the Western civilization. This is not a situation where polygamy is even a fucking thing. So how can I do something where it's not normal out in a regular world?
You said take relationship out, but you put it back.
What did I say about a relationship?
You said polygamy. What is polygamy? That means you're dating a bunch of people. That's a relationship. You did not say that until the end of the statement, which is why I asked you, why are you not fucking the relationship?
Why am I not fucking women? Because I have morals. Why would I just be out here fucking?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh my God.
That's why you have other sperm. Is that not what you said? If you're saying relationship, okay, I understand the relationship part, but you didn't say that in the beginning. That's what I'm saying. But if you want to say, it is hard because people want you to be monogamous.
What you're saying, this is what it sounds like you're saying. You're saying because you're a woman and you can have a baby, you should just be having a baby?
No, I didn't.
That's the same fucking thing. That's the same fucking thing. That's the same fucking thing. That's the same thing.
Didn't he say that's what you're supposed to do?
If you're a woman, I think you're supposed to have kids. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
You're supposed to.
Talking about men.
If you're a woman, you're supposed to sit down. If you're a woman, you're supposed to sit down and pee. If you're a woman, you're supposed to have children. You don't have to have children, and you don't have to sit down when you pee.
Did he not say you're supposed to do that? He didn't say that.
I did say, just like I said, if you're a woman and you are supposed to sit down, I'm gonna say you're supposed to sit down. Some women don't fucking sit down when they pee. So what the fuck does it matter? At the end of the day, I'm still saying,
but that don't make sense. When it's something that you're supposed to do, then why would you do it? Like,
just because
you're just trying to use that as an excuse for people.
Listen to what I'm saying. When I say you're supposed to do something, I'm saying naturally. That's what I'm saying. If it's natural, I think you're supposed to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's where you feel like it's yo. That's why I say you take certain words and you try to say yo, no. Like yo, just because I said, yo, at the end of the day, you could naturally do something, or you could, you're supposed to do something. Supposed to is naturally. If you're a woman and you're supposed to have kids, but you didn't have kids, you don't have to fucking have the fucking kids to be a woman. But you're supposed to have kids if you're a woman. That's what dictates you from a man. That's what I'm saying. So there's things that a man is supposed to do that's natural, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. And that's not
you were talking about God, and you were saying you're supposed to populate the earth and just
biologically, women were made to bear children.
But he changed it.
How did I change it?
Because that's not the way you said it in the beginning.
Because you're picking certain words and you're not listening to the rest. You could rewind it, and I promise you, at the end of the day, it's the same thing.
If you don't do
you're saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's not a bad thing if you're supposed to do it.
It's nothing wrong with having
You're saying it's a bad thing. You're saying cheating is bad, and
that's why we didn't talk about relationships. We were talking about getting women pregnant. Now,
and that's why I'm talking about.
I'm just saying,
Ebony,
you wasn't talking
K.
about
Williams,
relationships. I think in a
Ebony K.
polygamous relationship
doing what she's biologically
better than a
capable.
monogamous relationship.
She's
only under the man because we're supposed to be doing that.
Right.
But we're not doing that.
Right.
Because of where we're
Ebony
at.
K. Williams is exercising
saying.
her biological trait to bear children.
And that's wrong, in my opinion. Why? Because she's supposed to have a man, but she doesn't have a man.
But
you
she's
see what I'm
supposed
saying?
to have a baby,
or whatever the case may
like
be.
you said, she's supposed.
But
yeah, but she's doing it wrong. Like she's doing it in a way where it's like, yo,
you would like her to do.
Not even just what I would like to do, the normal way of doing it, the natural. I'll say natural. We'll say natural. Take normal out, put natural.
You be switching and you be moving the goalposts.
It's not switching. It's not moving.
I know what you're saying.
Natural is normal.
I heard what you said. But before, you didn't say relationship. You made it sound like, oh, I'm just supposed
relationships.
Can I finish what I'm saying? You said you didn't say nothing about relationship. You were just talking about fucking and populating the earth. You didn't mention about being in a relationship. When it comes to relationships, I agree. Nobody wants to be cheated on. But the way you worded it in the beginning was as if you're just supposed to just fuck all these random women and populate the earth and stuff like that. Then you added polygamous, and because that's what you didn't add the context of relationship until the end.
What did I say specifically that made you feel like
what I just said?
No, what?
We were talking. I said a man has billions of sperm. He can get a woman pregnant every day if he wants to. And then you said that's what you're supposed to do. That wasn't in the context of a relationship.
I think
you're getting. I think I said.
I think you're exaggerating. I think you're exaggerating what I said though.
Supposed to in his context.
I know what he means, but that's
what I'm saying. And I've been said supposed to. I said supposed to.
Okay.
No, but you still didn't.
I didn't say he definitely should. I said he's supposed to.
But
so I never switched. No, I didn't add nothing.
Why don't you do it?
It's semantics. It's semantics.
You asked me why I didn't do it, and I said, why would I do it? That don't even make sense. That I'm gonna have sex with every girl just because I have the fucking seed to do it. You have to use discernment.
What you're supposed to do don't make sense.
Why?
Because you have the tools to do it doesn't mean you're ready to do it. If I have the tools to have a whole bunch of kids, yes, I should be doing it. I should be repopulating the earth. But if I'm not ready to do it, all these things count, especially in this world. You can't just say, yo, just because I can't do it, I will do it. Not in this world. There is never a point where you could just be like, yo, I don't have to think about no consequences and just do There's like I don't.
That's what I'm saying. You said it like that was okay.
That's
and
not what I meant.
Like,
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant it makes sense that there is more women on this earth to be bred. And guess what?
So, yeah,
these women, if the women don't want to be with the men, then guess what? No breeding goes, right? Nobody gets pregnant, no babies. So that's what I have a concern about the population of our people. I want us to be here in 100 years.
You could do it.
We can't do it if nobody's getting together, if the dating pool is shit, if nobody wants to be in a relationship, if it makes more sense to not trust somebody because guess what, they're gonna get cheated on. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this shit don't make no sense.
Then you could just have
I can't do something by myself.
You don't have to do it by yourself.
Yes, I do. Because I'm gonna have to find somebody like-minded. And guess how hard it is to find somebody like-minded where everybody's used to one thing.
Ebony K Williams did it.
She did what? She did it by herself. I don't want to do it by myself.
You don't have to. You could just knock women up and then you
that's retarded.
Repopulate the earth.
That's
what
retarded.
You're supposed to do.
That's retarded.
So it is repopulating the earth. You may not.
That's retarded.
Live well,
that's retarded. Why is that crazy? Because why would I just do?
But something that you're supposed to do sounds crazy. But you're supposed to do it. Why do it sound crazy?
No,
and that's what you're supposed to do.
Because that's what naturally you are supposed to do. That's natural. You're supposed to go to work. Some people don't go to work, right? But you're naturally supposed to go to work, right? At the end of it, oh my God! Now we don't have to.
You don't.
Okay, don't go to work tomorrow.
Okay.
I know you don't want to. At the end of the day, you're gonna do it because you have to. You're supposed to do it. At the end of the day, you don't have to do it, but you're supposed to do it.
Have a job.
So you're gonna do it. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about you. The reason why you're going to go to work tomorrow is because you're supposed to do it. You don't have to do it, but you're supposed to do it. So you're going to fucking do it.
I'm doing it.
Why? Because if you don't do it, because if you don't do it, then you're going to get fucked up. If I do it, I'm going to be fucked up. And I'm not trying to be fucked up just like you're not trying to be fucked up. You're not trying to get fired tomorrow, but you don't want to go to work. So you're going to go to work or you're going to get fired. So I got to realize that these motherfuckers are not going to think how I think, so I have to deal with it or I'm going to get fired. That's how you got to look at this shit. We're in that world. We're in the Western civilization.
To that point. So why, if you don't have a kid, is it the same? What's the consequence of you not having a kid? What are you talking about?
Why if you don't have a kid?
There's a consequence of not going to work. What's the consequence of not having a kid?
What do you mean consequence of not having?
The consequence of not going to work. You say you're supposed to, meaning if you don't go to work, this is what's going to happen. If you don't have a child, what's going to happen?
Because you're upset that people don't do it.
But
and you're supposed to repopulate the earth. You can do it.
So are we talking about individual or are we talking about group? Because obviously group, y'all know what's the problem if nobody has kids, right?
But you can do it.
Right?
You can get somebody pregnant.
You could do it. But if everybody decides this is the norm,
it'll get the goal of repopulating the earth.
How? If we do what?
To repopulate is getting people pregnant and having babies.
I thought you said we could not have babies. That's what he asked, right?
He said, what's the consequences?
The consequences of not having kids is depopulation.
Oh, for everybody?
Yeah, depopulation.
If everybody don't do it.
100%.
But some people are Ebony K Williams.
I'm not saying, the consequences of having a kid by yourself? We want to talk about that?
That's not what I asked.
So what are we talking about?
I just asked you, what is the consequence of not having
depopulation, bro. And if it's just me specifically, then it's being distracted by pussy easier. So then we solved
that by Ebony K Williams having
it's being distracted by pussy easier. For a man, and for a man's perspective, that's my shit. I feel like when you don't have a kid and you're out there and you're slaying bitches, I feel like you're more disattached to the feelings of the woman. I think you more just like
that's shaming the players out there, man. No shame.
It's not shame. It's ego. If it's all about you and you the pimp, then it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a daughter, you're softening up. So it's not like I'm shaming them. I'm just saying some real shit. At the end of the day, because I'm a father, because I'm a good father, I'm softened up to women more than a nigga that's just slaying these hoes and don't really want no relationship, don't really think about families, don't really think about that shit.
There has to be a level of understanding on both accounts. Like,
yeah,
if you're a girl dad, obviously
some niggas ain't worried about that.
A lot of motherfuckers think because they have a daughter that it was like, I had this because I was doing bad shit, and this was to make me fucking be a better person and shit like 100%. That. But sometimes I don't think it's that for every guy. I think some guys just should have never fucking had no kids.
And that's why I said, and that's why I said a good father.
Then there's some guys that
I can't speak for the bad fathers.
If they had a boy, it would have made them tougher or whatever. If they had a girl, it would have made them a certain type of individual because
having kids change you.
It's gonna change
it really
exactly
does
because you're caring for another life
some people.
Yeah, that's why I say you got to be a good parent for it to change you.
But you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's when you
Smiley.
use that term.
You're supposed to.
Because right there,
that's the norm. That's the regular.
You decided to bring this life into the world. Now, supposed to have kids. Maybe you didn't want to have kids because you couldn't take care of it. You see what I'm saying? But if you can take care of it, then you're exercising that right of doing it. Whether you found a surrogate or whatever, you decided that you wanted to have a child and you said, I'm going to take care of this kid. I'm going to raise it like I'm two parents.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though it's going to be difficult because a lot of us is growing up with a single mom. I had, you know what I mean? I had a father, but, you know, I grew up raised predominantly by my mom. You know what I mean? But unlike my mom, I have a level of patience. I have a certain level of patience I had to develop. You know what I mean? But there's times where it's like, you know, you have to be assertive and then the old self pops in sometimes. But at no point do I not understand that, I should treat women like this or whatever. Being raised by women, you learn that you want to protect women. You have to. You know what I mean? Because you're the man of the house. You got to do all the heavy lifting. You got to do everything else. You got to fix shit. Right. So you're learning that without a man being there. You're figuring it out for yourself. So you're turning yourself into a man. Then you go outside and you get more experiences on becoming a man. Right. It's not always motherfuckers raised by a woman, they become a sissy. No, you know what I mean? But there are situations where it depends on who you gravitate to. Right. And not so much as that. I stayed out of everybody's way. Like I tried to do my own because I always felt like when I'm around, they gonna ask me to do shit.
No, but you like boy shit. You see what I'm saying? Some little niggas like female shit. I like some little niggas like playing with their nails and putting on bonnets and shit.
I got dirty.
Straighten the conversation towards LGBT.
It's never.
Isn't it?
There's never been, but no, there's never been. There's never been a question. There's never been a question of it. But the reason that there's never been a question is because I was outside. It was different shit. And the element that I was raised in, you were gonna be broken. You were going to be like fucking Bane and fucking Batman. Yeah, you know, I was born in the dark. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you seeing certain things different than a lot of other people, and you have to be strong. So you grow up a certain type of way. So you know, look, I'm a dude. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta do shit that I gotta do. You know what I mean? And it's automatic. But like I said, there's motherfuckers that didn't turn out that way. They're impulsive, they're impatient, they're emotional, they talk about everybody's shit, you know, behind their back, they talk about you and smile in your face. Like, I'll talk shit about you, but I'll talk shit about you to your face. Exactly. You know, and if I say something about you behind your back and be like, yo, you said this? I'm like, oh, I just found out. But yeah, I did say that shit about you. You know what I mean? But I'm not the type of person to, like, really go in crazy. And most of the time, it's stuff that these motherfuckers already know about themselves. And it's because I told them. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is what the fuck is going on. I'm like, yeah, I told this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Some people hide shit. Some people pussyfoot around shit. You know what I mean? And it's because you try to protect people's feelings. Only people's feelings that you really need to protect is yourself. How about that? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, because you can't walk around trying to care about if you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings for saying some shit. That's some real shit. If you gotta say some shit and it's some fucked up shit that don't need to be said, then don't fucking say it. But if you feel like it's something that need to be said, then you don't give a fuck about their feelings because you feel that it's more important to hear the message.
Yo,
than
who
it
lighted
is
this?
how
I
the
fucked
fuck
it up. I'm so sorry.
What'd you do?
I was trying to peel off the fucking sticker and I peeled off a little bit of the paper. My bad, yo.
vandalization ass.
I'm sorry, yo. I owe you a lighter, E.
I don't
Yo.
as long as it worked.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Nah,
You
but
know, white lighters is what's it called? Superstition and shit.
oh shit. What
Conspiracy.
But you,
for
yeah, but you
every
good. You
occasion.
good. You good.
What is it though? What is it? I want to hear it.
It's just bad luck.
To have a white
Really?
light.
All white lighter.
It's
That's
not
the
all
first
white.
time I've heard.
Yeah,
bad
that's
luck
what I'm saying. But if I took
about
off the
a
paper,
white anything.
yeah,
You know?
that's
Remember-
why we got to keep it
remember
going.
Malcolm X?
He stopped.
Remember Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Nah, but end of the day, I kind of disagree with both of you guys. Kind of are battling the same thing. Both are saying the same thing.
Yeah,
We're coming from
buckle it,
different
dog,
points of
dog.
views from it. But you're saying the same thing. Both of you are in agreement that you shouldn't raise a child alone.
100%.
I feel that if she can take care of this kid, and it's more than just financially, I agree. But if she wants to have a child and she wants to give an opportunity for herself to be a parent, and she's able to do it, she should be afforded to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like why not? You know what I mean? And
Can I ask you something?
go ahead.
If her kid, right, happens to be a boy, and then he grows up to be in the LGBT community, will you think that will be something caused by
Would
her?
I be surprised?
No, I'm just saying, would you think that would be something caused by her raising him by herself?
Why would you think that?
I'm just asking a question.
I wouldn't
He
be
has
surprised.
A single parent. He's
Because
not gay. That's not.
she's-
I'm
that's
not. I'm look.
an
Look.
automatic
Listen.
indicator that you're
I'm
gonna
not.
I wouldn't be
saying that.
surprised,
It is. I'm just wondering
but
his answer.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. One, because she's ambitious. Feel me? You don't like that one.
I do like that one.
But that's one thing, and that's why she can't be in a relationship with a lot of
She's
men,
just
because
like-
she's ambitious.
Lick his nose or something. What?
What? He just bumped my.
I bumped
What
his
you
arm.
talking about?
Because I didn't
Come on, now.
have my head down. I just
This
see the
kind of
shadow.
no
I just
Diddy, but
seen
nah,
the
chill.
shadow.
You think I'm gonna let him flick my lip like
I just saw the movement. I wasn't looking. I had my head down. I just
no,
seen the movement. I didn't.
My reaction was, yeah, I like that. What the fuck?
Yo.
You crazy, yo. You can't be saying
That's
that
what you
on.
said.
That's what I said after. I was like, yeah.
You did. You said what you needed.
Yo,
for the
shut up.
throat.
Shut up. Shut up.
Nah,
What are you
but,
talking about, yo?
nah, but no. If she's raising a child by herself and she's committed to the idea of having a child, she's gonna love that kid like nobody's business. I think she's gonna really be connected with that child. Now, what knowledge will she instill into that child? I think she's gonna instill some of that ambition and maybe some spite,
I think
maybe
she
some
needs to find a
vindictiveness.
man.
Maybe she's. I think so too. I think she needs to find a man that's gonna be with her and accept
Help
her
her,
with
yeah.
that child
Yeah.
and help her raise that child together
And
and
that's
show
not gonna be
and
hard.
make her feel like a woman
It's
should
not
feel,
hard. She
and let
probably
her
don't want
and
the
let
men
her
that want her.
put her guard down
I
and
think
let
that's
her
gonna be hard
be
to
a little
maintain
bit
the
She's gonna
vulnerable.
have to change to get the man.
She
that
has to be
wants.
vulnerable. She has to be vulnerable, and I see that she's very
100%.
strong. Like,
And she already lowered that chance because the man that she wants probably doesn't want to take
the
care
man that she
of
wants is
another
the man that
child.
she wants is a bus driver.
That's not who she wants. That's
Yes,
the
who-
problem.
No. I'm saying that's it.
That's the problem.
Oh, that's what she should
That's
get.
who
That
she
bus
needs
driver?
to get.
Yeah.
But that's
Deliver
not
us
what
from
she
evil.
wants.
Deliver us from evil. Was it this nigga a
Yo,
bus
that's
driver?
He was a
crazy.
meat. He was a meat delivery.
Oh, he worked at a
drove-
butcher shop,
He drove
right?
up damn transportation though.
Yeah, the truck.
Yeah,
But he
see?
delivered the meat.
crazy.
He was yeah, and she was a health inspector.
Right,
So,
that's
like,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. They like
Two pieces
Yeah,
of
at first
pie,
and she was
right?
like, "You picked me up in this." He was like, "It saves on gas
Okay.
and."
Cause she
my-
bougie, yo.
Yeah, but that's why he did that to put her in her place.
Hmm?
Because it was a game. He got paid in the beginning, and he ended up developing feelings. But in the beginning, it was a game. He was just trying to get in.
That's how D Wade got her.
Gabrielle Union always paid a bitch in every movie that she was in.
Because she was.
She was in Tuga Play That Game, the cheerleader movie, that Bring It On.
Bring It On.
Every Love and Basketball.
She an ear.
Every movie that she played in, she was an asshole.
Mm-hmm. She knew what she was doing.
She was taking people, man. She was like, it's not my fault that your man wants me.
That was Ebony K Williams when she was in high school.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
That's why she had to get an AI baby.
Not an
She
AI.
was like, I'm not forcing him to be
Yo, nigga said an AI baby.
She was like, I'm not forcing him to be here and dragging him along.
Right,
He's here because he wants
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I agree with a woman doing that. Look, if a dude don't want to have a kid with you, then have one yourself.
What if your kid didn't want to be there? What if... No, I'm not even gonna say that.
Nah, say this crazy shit.
What if the kid end up unaliving himself because he's so depressed about having
inside, like
no father?
butterfly effect?
Because you don't even know. It's one thing if you know
how
your
you talking
father,
about, like,
but he's
he's
just not
depressed
around.
that he didn't
but
have
you
a
don't
father.
even know.
I'm just saying.
If
Listen,
you don't
listen,
even know
listen to
who
what
he
I'm
is,
saying.
that's crazy.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You can't even identify.
If
you gotta say like deleted and shit, you can't say it.
If the child, right, is born, and he gets older, and children,
13 Reasons Why type of shit.
Yeah. Not even that old, like young children. Hey, where's your daddy?
Knows.
Where's your daddy? It's just regular little kids asking.
No, but
where's
that's
your daddy?
Another component.
Because they were asking this
She's
shit.
famous. Everybody
I
knows.
understand.
So
Yeah,
they gotta know about it.
100%. She had to think about all of that shit before. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna know that. You know what I mean? And now you went this way. I'm pretty sure you put this shit out in the tabloids
because she's almost damn near she's showing, so you've been hiding it for this long, but you decided
so
to
now
come
you
out.
put it out.
She should have never even told no one.
Now exactly. Now you want people to think, oh, you went to the what's her name? Because maybe that's a lie. Maybe she was in a relationship, got knocked up, and then lied and said she just
Why would you do that, though?
Exactly.
Why the hell would you do that? That's too much.
Exactly.
It's way too much.
Exactly. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Smiley? Why would you do that, Smiley? Listen. Why would you do that, Smiley? Because you're trying to hide your relationship and not look like a hypocrite because you're not with the man you're in a relationship with. Y'all just happen to get it popping, got knocked up. Now you look stupid because you was professing that all these black women shouldn't be out here having kids without no goddamn daddy. But now you got knocked up. And you gotta spin it. Oh, I went to the sperm bank and got I got it from the sperm bank. How we know you got it from the sperm bank? We just gotta take your word from it. You probably failed just like these fucking women that you've been talking about failed. Now look at you. That's what I think happened. And I know that sounds like it's speculative, but God damn it, some things need some speculation to it. When it don't make no goddamn sense. When you want to make a baby by yourself, but you're coming in on black single mothers. It's like, come on, man. We ain't doing that shit, yo. We ain't doing that shit, yo. We ain't falling for none of that bullshit in 2024, yo. We don't believe you on that.
I don't know. Like, Ebony K Williams, like, I see how she is. Like, it would be hard to deal with somebody like that, bro.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, if she fucked up and got knocked up, you think it's that far-fetched that she would have just blamed it on the sperm bank, and then we hear it years down the line, or the nigga come up, she didn't go to no damn sperm bank. It was my kid.
Because she got a dude ego.
It's possible.
Exactly.
So
I'm saying
I'm not just going to automatically jump to that conclusion.
I'm not going to automatically jump to the conclusion of her going to the fucking sperm bank after she's saying the shit that she...
article.
Just because it's an article, she could have put that out.
But it's not jumping to a conclusion. You just made that up. That's what I'm saying. It could be a lie, but there's actual documents showing it. That's not made up in our head. Someone actually published that. You just made that up. Like, that's you're like, it's possible. Yeah, that's possible. But that doesn't pop into my head.
I'd rather trust me than the news. I'd rather trust my judgment than what they put out on the news.
But you always got a conspiracy theory about everything. It's never
Not
like
that.
the Wizards of Waverly Place. Everything is not what it seems.
I mean, if you think that everything that is
I
on
didn't
the
say
news,
everything, but
I'm
you
just
question
saying. Listen,
you
the
flip
shit that I
everything
question,
around.
the
Every
shit that I
single
question,
thing is not a conspiracy.
the shit
That's
that
what
I,
I'm saying.
the shit that I question,
You do it.
the shit
about
that I
everything.
question,
Your
I've heard
mother.
other. The shit that I've questioned, I've heard other than what has been said, and I'm gonna speak on it because I think it brings dialect to the show, and we can't all just agree and have the same
So
opinion.
you're just disagreeing just to disagree?
Sometimes, 100%.
It's gotta be it's gotta be valuable. though. It's gotta
Sometimes.
be
That's what I'm
valuable.
saying. It
It's
is.
valuable.
It
If it's a
is.
valuable discourse, then it's
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a possible.
But
What are we here
Come
for?
on,
Like,
come
come
on,
on, man.
no, but
that's crazy.
I be
that-
believing
But
some
no.
most of this shit out. I swear to God,
now
I
I
be believing
know.
wholeheartedly.
So now I know,
But
and you
some-
do this
some-
all the time.
not all the
just
time,
when
some
we're
shit.
recording. Yes, you do. Now, thank you for
some
admitting
shit.
that
Some
you just
shit.
want
Trigger
Some
effect.
shit. Some
I
shit.
just sit and observe.
Because if I heard something otherwise, then I'm gonna have to say something about it. I can't just be like, oh, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go with the narrative.
You didn't hear something.
I did hear. I did. I never said I didn't make it up. I said I heard otherwise, and I'm gonna speak because that
So where
brings
did
dialect.
you hear that from?
On TikTok,
Where did I hear
probably.
What?
You say you heard something otherwise.
Yeah.
Now you don't know what.
What were we talking about? I'm high. Come on.
Ebony K Williams, that she didn't get it from the sperm bank. You heard something besides that?
Oh yeah, because of her characteristics and who she is as a person.
That's what you heard about her characteristics.
That's what I saw. It's like it's still evidence.
So you didn't hear. You just lied. Did you see
What
what
you
he
talking
said? He said he seen, he heard something. Now he's saying he like it's just her characteristics. So which one is it?
It's a characteristic. It's definitely a characteristic.
Yo, you is crazy.
Definitely her character. No. It's not a lie because at the end of the day, I definitely heard her out her own mouth say dumb shit about the fucking.
The bus driver.
Yeah, the bus driver shit. Her out her mouth shit on black mothers that are single. You see what I'm saying? I have enough evidence to know that her ego is up. Her ego is up. Just by those two things.
God damn it, I was duped.
Just by those two things, it's more likely that than you just deciding randomly to go to the sperm bank and go get this operation.
She had her eggs freeze for years.
Yeah, she probably could have. She probably could have had this in her mind, but I didn't know about all of that. All I know is for the woman that is talking bad about black mothers, single black mothers. For you to be a single...
Some women are stupid. If you're gonna be talking bad about people that don't do what you're talking bad
exactly.
about. But
that's all I was saying.
She's still a single mother regardless.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same difference.
So
regardless.
One ain't better than the other.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There's no need to lie about it. People still want to shame you for being a single parent regardless because you're a single parent. The way you did it is weird because I feel like it's removing the need. That's just taken away from relationships and like people coming together.
It depends on who you had a kid with. Because
But
what if you had a kid with somebody that was hideous? What if you had a kid with somebody who the public would chew your ass the fuck up with?
Don't matter.
It does when you're a celebrity. 100%. It does when you're a celebrity, especially when you was talking shit. When you was a celebrity talking shit about other people's situations. That's the icing on the cake. I'm not. That's not a conspiracy. That's just
she
a
had
possibility.
Sex with an ugly dude and she don't want.
We don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think she just had sex with somebody and it didn't work out. And she got pregnant, and she was like, "All right, well."
And you think she wanted really just hide that?
Yeah, because it's like, yo.
And you think
if she's not proud about that situation,
if a dude is feminine enough to allow a woman to do that,
pay him.
Oh,
Pay him.
Okay.
You could be a young bro. Yeah.
Made him sign a contract, and if you violate this contract, then you gonna pay me.
Easy.
Give
That's
up
the
your
that's
right.
that type of
yeah. That's the game.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
yo, she rich now. She not poor.
It's very possible.
She could have a kid if she wanted.
She was a lawyer, right?
And she could get fucked if she wanted to get
Did
fucked.
law school.
All she got to do is go to the club, pick somebody that she's attracted to. Oh, you got good genes. You got good genes, and boom, that nigga got to come up. And young niggas is going to do that shit because, nigga, let me be 2023.
In your hands if you a judge.
Let me be 2023 and Ebony K come up, yo, you want to get me pregnant for, I'm going to do it.
Having a bad day, like.
I'll feel bad about it later, but I'm going to do it at that time because I'm going to be like, yo, mom, I'm getting that money. Like, yeah, I know I'm going to have a kid that I can't see.
No convictions.
I think my parents would try to talk me out of it, though. They probably would.
The parents try to talk you out of it.
No, I'm just saying, I think they would. If I was like 20 and Ebony K came up to me and was just like, yo, I want your genes. But I don't want a relationship. That sounds mad creepy. I don't want your relationship. I just want
But see, that's the thing, because I have a really close friend and she is a good mother. Mm-hmm. But she has the village, she has other people in her life and stuff like that, and they help with the children as well. So she's not really doing it by herself. But I think her kid is gonna be fine because it's a girl, and they do have other people present in the life. They have the grandfather who's the male presence there, who's with the grandmother, and they're in a great relationship with each other. Mm-hmm. So this kid will see what love needs to be like, but trying to convince her to have a man in her life because she's successful.
You know what she's not gonna see? A lot of femininity.
She is feminine to a certain extent.
You think so?
But I know so.
I think if your bases aren't feminine, then you're not really feminist. You could look good. You could be, you know what I mean? You could be overall a woman, and you know what I'm saying?
Women don't.
If you don't carry yourself like, you know what I mean?
You have to be able to separate it. You have to be able to separate it. So when you're at work, you're this type of person.
Yeah, when you're at work,
a lot of women can't translate that into their life because they're not comfortable enough to be able to do it. They don't feel like they're in a safe environment for them. They have to worry about everything. So if they don't have to worry about anything, they can be comfortable, the woman that they're supposed to be. At work, it's a stressful environment, so they have to be whatever they have to be at work. But then when they get home, that should be their place of peace. They're not coming home to a place of peace because they're dealing with sometimes people that aren't equally yoked. So they got to wash the dishes, they got to do this, they got to get this fixed, pay for this, get a new TV, get a new sofa, and nobody's contributing financially. It can't just be finances, but these are things that they want to make a house a home. A dude could have a fucking sleeping bag and a couple pillows and call it a fucking night. You know what I mean? But a woman needs a bed. She needs fucking closet space. She needs all these other amenities. You know what I mean? It needs to feel like that for them. And sometimes that shit costs money. Those are materials to us, you know, most of the time, you know what I mean? So we don't really give a fuck about all of those things. So it's like, can you maintain the life that she is? She's going to either have to downsize from whatever life she's doing to meet your standard, or you're going to have to upsize to meet hers. And if you're there, just being there and contributing whatever you can.
I don't think you ever should upsize. As a man, you should never, like, try to meet a woman at where she at.
So you should always date down.
Not date down. You should always have a woman that is...
Or meet your level. Either your level or less.
He don't want ambition, remember?
Yeah, you should always have a woman that needs you, bro. That's it. If you don't financially need me, then what the fuck are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's cool if she financially needs you, but can you financially take care of her?
But that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you can't financially take care of her.
She's gonna want her nails done. She's gonna want her hair done. She's gonna want to go get her
100%.
You know what I mean? All this shit, and you're gonna have to be able to provide those things for her.
And that's what I'm saying. That's provider.
Provide those things for her.
Then you're not a provider, and you shouldn't be in that relationship. And if you're in that relationship, then you don't have no say, because guess what? You're not the provider. Once you're the provider, you're in control. So if we're competing, if I gotta get to you, then you're providing for me. right hat.
The only way to make those situations work is you have to have a good understanding. You know
Fuck
I mean?
understanding.
Some
If you
women
don't make
will
as much
still
as
treat
your
you the
woman,
same way
you are not.
regardless of
It's
the amount of
not.
money that
You gotta have a good
I don't
you gotta
know.
have a good understanding, or you probably do have a masculine woman, and you just in your shit where you like, yo, I don't give a fuck or whatever. But
and most single mothers, they don't teach their kids nowadays, or a lot before that. They don't teach their kids, their daughters, how to be a wife and how to. They say, I don't need a man. Why I can have one when I can have five?
Yeah,
why
I hear the meme. I hear the songs and
like,
shit.
so it's
Crazy
like
as fuck.
if that's your mindset, is you're gonna teach your daughter to be a single mother too. Like
Exactly.
why you that so
And
I
that's
mean,
what
if
I'm
you
saying
get
is
put in
going
that
on.
situation and it happens, but like I said before,
These situations
I don't think
popping
you
up.
should do it on purpose.
These situations popping up more than
how Ebony did it.
More than not.
But sometimes shit don't work out.
More than not.
Honestly, when there's children involved, it's a scary thing. But my thing is like, there needs to be whatever. There needs to be a understanding where
you get the surgery.
You're like, yo,
you a kid. You get raised by two gender parents.
I'm gonna be with this. Be with this person.
Be a test tube baby.
And I'll be with this person, and we're gonna raise a child together.
Allegedly for all of that.
We're gonna try
sue for defamation.
We're gonna try to be mature about the situation, regardless of what happens, because it's for the interest of this child.
Mm-hmm.
Things don't always work out. My argument is always the same, and I never deviate from this. So it's gonna sound like a broken record, and I said this before. My closing argument is this: if you have a kid, man or a woman, with whoever, then I feel like you need to stay with that person.
Facts.
Because it is what it is. Oh well, mistake, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
But whoever got broken up with.
So now, if it's some other type of shit, some crazy extreme shit, whatever. But if you decide, that's why I said decide. I say things very specifically because you gotta understand you're making a choice. If you don't have the ability to make a choice, then it's not necessarily your fault.
The root is people should pick better, and then they wouldn't have to.
And there you go. That's my closing argument. You know what I mean? You do what you're doing, and when you see that situation, you have to understand why it doesn't work. Does it work because my ego won't let it work, or does it work because her ego won't let it work, or we're just not right for each other, whatever that situation is. But the man, for me, a lot of times I feel like the man is more at fault in the situation because you went after this woman. You decided, yo, I'm gonna get this woman most of the time. You know what I mean? And when I got this woman, I decided I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, whatever. And then I decided to walk away because it wasn't what it was. You did that. You marry a chick or something, and then y'all get a divorce and it doesn't work out or whatever because you cheated. You did that. Regardless of whether you feel like, yo, men should cheat, men should be able to do whatever, women don't like it, you understand. If you with somebody that doesn't like it and you do it and you get caught, you did that. So you can't really argue any of that. The only thing that I'm saying is that if you choose to be with this particular person for whatever reason, then you should stay with that person. And then they should understand whatever's going on. That works on both sides of the shit. Because when she decides to be with you, she should understand, all right, you doing whatever you doing. You doing your dirt. All right, fuck it. I'm not going nowhere. And vice versa with him. He needs to understand with her, all right, well, she gonna be a bitch. She gonna be mad because I'm out here doing what I'm doing. Well, you need to accept that she's a bitch because you out here doing what you doing. But y'all got kids to take care of and y'all show them love. I mean, y'all got to make it work one way or another. And if that doesn't work, then there's no other solution for it, in my opinion, other than just being co-parents, single parents. And I feel like that's just giving up because you guys made that decision.
All right, my closing argument is I believe America, especially black men, should adopt polygamous relationships into society. And I don't believe it should be one woman and two guys, or no. It's one man, and he should have up to one or two. No, he should have up to three women, right? And it should be a combined income of all of their income. So all of them have to work. The man has to work, the woman has to work. Doesn't matter where you work at, but there has to be four means of income. Even if somebody loses a job, everybody helps the other one get another job, and then you keep it going, right? Everybody helps with the babies, right? Everybody helps with the teaching of the child. You see what I'm saying? So one job could be straight up, okay, I'm the mom that stays home to watch all the kids. That could be my job. You see what I'm saying? One job could be, oh, I just want to be a teacher because I like to teach. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to. One job could be Uber, as long as you bring in what you're supposed to bring to the table and you're making an honest effort. If you fall off, then we fuck with it. You see what I'm saying? And I think everybody should be in one unison. I think there should be rotations with the sex. You see what I'm saying? Just so the shit doesn't get too stale and redundant. You feel me? And I feel like, yeah. I feel like the world would be a better place.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I really do.
That too.
I really do.
I mean,
and I think there would be less cheating because I'm not stepping out on that. Me personally, if I have three women and three bad women, that's I don't need to step out. I don't need to step out. I could rotate it enough. I could go.
If there's an understanding, again, it goes back to this.
You said three bad
always
women, that's shallow.
Communication.
Three attractive women to me?
You said bad.
They're gonna be bad to
so
me.
That means
they're gonna be they're just bad to me.
That's more than attractive. That's
Attractive then. I'll say attractive. I'll take attractive. Three attractive women to me. You don't even got to be attractive to nobody else, but they're attractive to me. I won. I won. And then we're all combining funds. We're all living under one household. We're getting a big ass fucking house. We're living somewhere down south. We're good. Like, that shit would be lit.
Oh no,
that shit would be lit. What?
I would
go on vacations. I would,
in my mind, it would be crazy, but
fire,
they would have to be fired.
They're gonna be fire regardless. Just the whole concept.
But in any case,
just the rotation of that.
The whole idea of it, just having a lot of women, it's not really.
I would never step out.
It's not really just having those women, just having like harems or whatever, however you want to say it. It's to have variety. So even three would get old. It would get old because you'd be used to it. So other women would be a conversation. Hey, hun, can I bring huns? Can I bring such and such in?
Yeah, because you like variety. It's not
right.
Because your woman could be do whatever you have to.
I mean, if you
do all that, and you're still gonna want to try out something new.
I'm at the point of my life, right, where if I don't even have the consistency, right, and I've been going on with not having the consistency for what? What was out? Consistency in sex. Mm-hmm. The consistency since what? The middle of early this year, I think.
What do you mean? You haven't been having sex?
Consistently.
Okay.
Like anytime you want it type shit. You see what I'm saying? Since the beginning of the year probably. Or maybe even before that. Hold on. What was I messing with? Oh girl. That was last year. That was 2023. Fuck.
Okay, so you haven't been doing it consistently, and what?
My thing about that is like,
what was you ain't finished? You started dating.
All right, go ahead.
Damn, I probably forgot now. I haven't been doing it consistently.
And why is that?
And because I haven't been in a relationship, And if you're not in a
You only
relationship,
have sex when you're in a relationship.
no, I have sex, but it's not consistent. So if I give you an example, if I'm single, right? I'm not going out to get pussy. So usually, if I'm gonna get it, I'm either gonna do it online, so I don't have to go nowhere, or I'm gonna rely on what I already have. Right?
Do it online. What do you mean, corn?
No.
What do you
I'm
mean?
gonna do it on. I'm gonna go on one of those online sites like POF or Black
Oh,
or
and meet someone.
yeah, and do it online, or I'm gonna rely on something that I've already been doing. And both of those options is not something I want to do, to go out and do that shit. So there's no consistency. You know what I'm saying? Unless you go through that route, and I don't want to go through that route at this point. So it's been since last year since that has been the case, where consistently I could just be like, yeah, I want some, and you know what I mean? So the point is,
you do. You're a man. You're supposed to be having sex. You're single.
you right. You're absolutely right. But you know, there's still consequences to do man shit in this day and age. Ain't that a stinker? There's consequences on being a normal man.
Put a condom on.
Even
That's the only consequence.
Even a condom. Even a condom, Even a condom. Because I put in work. It's just like, oh shit! Who's that? Those seconds count. You feel me? Every second counts, Molly. Shit crazy, yo. Has that ever happened to you? You just been stroking it out, and then you heard that sound, and then you stop because you're like, yo, and you let her know, like, yo, I think the condom broke. And then old girl would be like,
see, man,
keep going. Just keep going. You don't got nothing, right? All right, keep going.
Shorty hit me with the Aiden from the Ring 2. Don't stop.
Yo!
And the fucking deer hit the car, yo.
I never got, let's just stop. I think we went too far. I never got that. Thank God I never got. Knock on wood.
But that's what I be saying. Like, those, when that happens, you made a choice, and I always have decided when these things happen.
One time we was in college. Kurt, me and Kurt was roommates and shit, right? And fucking, he was out with one of our other homeboys, and it was like late night, and I was downstairs with a little shorty from, that lived in the building and shit. So we fucked around. He was like, yo, let's go upstairs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we go upstairs. We try to get it popping and shit. I throw on one of the little tight ass condoms and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm not getting right. Like, I'm like half staffing this motherfucker. So I'm like, I'm fumbling, I'm sweating and shit. I'm like, yo, I can't believe.
Why are you telling everybody?
Because this is young shit. Yo, this shit happens to people. So the point of that story was fucking she stopped me, right? She was like, it's good. We don't have to do anything.
Cause you was like trying to smush it in there.
Get lifted.
You're right. I'm trying my best.
Sometimes condoms do, like, if guys don't, some guys don't wear condoms, but they're used to messing with the same woman, or they'll deal with the same woman or whatever, and they don't use that. So when they put a condom on, it'll make that. Or if you're on drugs or drunk sometime, it could.
Yeah, I definitely was drinking. I definitely was sipping on something. Fucking whiskey, dick. But that shit was funny as fuck. Kirk came in there, he was like, what's that smell? It smelled like bad pussy.
Oh,
was like, well, shit, maybe that was the problem. I thought it was a condom. Shit, crazy, yo. To be young.
Yeah, she could have all her AI babies she wants.
Yeah, AI baby.
Yo,
she can't.
I didn't see
She
that
shouldn't.
that battle.
This one, oh, loaded. I ain't see it neither. I just heard
Just
about it.
because she can doesn't mean that she
What
should.
to do a review? What a
I
review? How long is it?
I don't know. I didn't even watch it.
You got time? What?
I don't even think it's on, because you know these battles ain't on YouTube no more, right? You gotta pay for these shits now. I'm like,
It's not on YouTube? Oh,
I
it
don't
just
know.
came out?
Yeah, it just came
Are you
out.
sure?
It just happened yesterday.
So it's probably not
Who
out.
is it? What?
Go to Lux and Rum Nitty.
No, but what is this? Ultimate Rap League?
Yeah, URL.
Who do you got for that?
I don't know.
I mean, I know,
Rum
Loaded Lux.
Nitty's pretty good.
Yeah, he is, but I already know.
Loaded Lux. I mean, we know.
Yeah, I
Loaded
already-
Lux is a legend.
But they saying 2-1. They saying 2-1 Loaded Lux. So.
2-1 Loaded Lux.
Yeah.
Wow. Loaded Lux is he's crazy. In the battle world, have you seen his battles or you seen him in 106 in Park?
I've seen some battles. I don't think I watched the whole thing. Probably with you or something.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah. One of my favorite battles was him and Hollow the Dawn.
And how it's good too.
Yeah. Niggas said, stand up niggas don't lean.
Yeah.
You gonna get this work.
Yeah.
So, question. Now, why you looking at
I ain't like the food you gave me.
me? That's that Rachel Ray brand.
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying
a Rachel
something
Ray.
different.
Rachel Ray cat food. What the
Yeah.
heck?
You know her, right? The chef.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, I loved her. I
Rachel
always
Ray,
used
la,
to
la.
watch her when she was on the Food Network. Then she got a talk show, but I don't think I watched it. But I seen it. I'm like, let me try it. It's supposed to be healthier because she give healthy options. Like she'll do a turkey patty instead of beef or something. She had a line of jeans. She was a successful
Patty.
person on the Food Network.
And I like women that like are dope ass chefs and shit. Cause it's like a lot of these women don't cook. And I need them to be inspired by people like Rachel Ray.
I like to cook, but I'm lazy. Cause what it is, I don't be wanting to, and I be wanting to try new things. Like I be looking up recipes, or I would watch the Food Network all the time when I have kids. Now I just have internet. I mean, I could still watch the show if I want to, but when I was still living at home, I used to watch the Food Network all the time, and I would try. I made some stuff from scratch before. Like I learned, cause I do, and I went to school when I went to Job Corps, I took 2 trades. I didn't finish the culinary, but I was like halfway through it. But then I switched to CNA. But so I still did learn some stuff from that. But I like to learn the recipe to try different things. But like I said, I be lazy, and the dishes be the problem. It'd be like I be wanting to do stuff or just try stuff out. Like I want to sell dinners or open a restaurant. I was saying that before, but
I feel that.
I don't. That's gonna take. I'm lazy. Like I said, it's gonna take a lot of work. I gotta try different stuff out. It's gonna waste. I'm gonna waste money because some stuff ain't gonna be right.
You know what it might take
have
you?
to-
The right man.
Well, I say so,
Maybe you gotta work on that.
Me.
Maybe you gotta work on changing that, E. Then you gotta put a conscious effort out and say, maybe I gotta change that. I want this business. I want this shit now. Rich baby daddy plays in the background.
You gotta let go and let God.
You heard, man?
I mean, technically, I wanted to trademark the title of the podcast and
Yeah,
do the
we
smoke
could do
shop.
that now.
And,
Yeah, for sure.
And I could do, like, I could probably do, but I don't want to just open it up and then it's just gonna be sitting. Like, I'm not ready to do everything, so I feel like I could do it now. Like, I could have the money or come up with the money, but like the whole process is gonna take time, and I already be overwhelmed trying to keep a job. Like, this is like, I'm trying to stay at this job, but I used to can't quit jobs all the time because I would get angry, or I didn't because I don't want to work for nobody. I want to work for myself. But I've been at this job almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in August, I think. And but I've been, well, I think I've been at Walmart. I think I was there for like 2 years. But after that, if I stayed, then it'll be the longest. Because I don't think I've stayed at no place longer than 2 years before. And most places were like 6 months or less. But there was a couple where I stayed there for like, and in Amazon, I was there for a couple years, I think. But
nah, you be holding on to jobs. I respect
yeah,
that.
I have worked where I hated that.
Don't let
Warehouse,
E hear this
yeah.
conversation, old boy.
But I admitted
Because
it.
Here,
Because I know I could do
here's
it.
the thing
but
about
it's like,
about
I like
working. It's
seeing
like,
money in my account. I don't be wanting to do shit, because then I'll be like, okay, I got this money, then it's gonna be gone, and then what if it don't work out, and then whatever.
Right.
Like, if I put,
the thing about that, and then
and
going
I got
back to what
bills
we were
and stuff
talking
to
about.
pay, so I can't just
We were
take
talking
what I
about
got.
instant gratification and risk, right? That's business shit. That's all that shit. All I talk about is business because I'm familiar with it. So I talk about that all the time. It oozes out of me. And like my boy, you know, he's been working for himself for over 10 years. So he hasn't had a boss, you know what I mean? He's been his own boss for a long time. So he's a bit arrogant about the shit. And he calls everybody that doesn't work for themselves or, you know, try to at least push themselves to do it is lazy, because there's so much money that can be made out there. But I disagree. I think what it is, he has a kid. He's not single. He has a kid in a
beautiful wife.
A beautiful wife he takes care of.
That's beautiful.
Well, she's not his wife.
His girl.
Yeah. But anyway,
they together. Right?
No, because the way you said,
nah,
I'm like, when
I just wanted to keep it flowing. But yeah, like, you know, in his situation, I see how ambitious he is. You know what I mean? How motivated he is. He moves a certain type of way, and he's the type of person that's gonna instill that into his son. For a lot of men, they really would be discouraged of that disadvantage. You know what I mean? The situation that they're in. Sometimes, you know, you have to deal with the hard-headed woman.
Now his wife doesn't work neither, right? She's again taking care of him. Or she's
I don't really know. Like I think
business, right?
No, she don't help with business. He
She
do it
raised her
all.
kid.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
But he's around too. But that's really like her main job is to basically make sure that.
Let me ask you this, because I know he
attention.
can't answer this. Don't you think he deserved 2 more women that loved him? That loved him.
Nah, listen. If he was sitting right here, he would be like, "Yo, I deserve 3 more women."
Oh, all right.
5
you
more,
know, I would,
eight
I
more.
would disrespect.
I deserve 8
miles.
women. You know, he would say he deserves like.
But you know
12,
what I'm saying? I'm just saying. He worked hard.
I hear him were 8.
Those are the niggas that deserve to have
worked,
more than one woman because of the population.
But
this
all right,
for the population, guys.
But we're also talking about, look, he's doing what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He's there with the son is seeing a nuclear family.
Oh,
that's important.
That's
you
so
know what I mean?
important.
It doesn't always work out like
important.
that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk too much about his business. That's my guy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work out like that.
Yeah,
so it's fortunate for the situation to work out the way that it worked out. And you know what? It's a fucking challenge. You know it is.
100%.
But it's a face that you got to paint on and go out. It's a clown face that you walk out every day when you walk out the house. And this is what you got to put on to maintain this facade, because it's a lot of shit in the back end that you got to deal with.
Yeah,
but
'cause
you
he-
still gotta keep a smile on your face and show everybody that everything's good. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing fucked up.
But that's
nothing
regular
hurt.
man shit, really.
Regular man.
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like,
It
if the
is.
women really feel like that, then she should leave. Because usually women don't really feel like that all the fucking time.
I don't think she should leave. I think
Does
she
she
should
feel
fucking
like that
stick it
all the
out.
fucking time?
Ask a woman. The fuck. Don't you feel like you fucking got a lot to deal with when you working and doing all that? You be mad as fuck about shit, you know what I mean, from work or whatever, you know what I mean, throughout your day. Everybody
yeah, I
have
get mad
to,
at work,
yeah,
but
and everybody come
learned,
home
I
and be
learned
mad,
to
you gotta
like
deal
let
with
it
it.
go. I be trying, like I would
Stress
get
is
mad
just
and
normal
some
for
days,
people.
but then I
Yeah,
try
You gotta be
to
able to
not,
deal with it.
like I try to deal with
every
it during
day,
the work
though?
period. And when I get off,
I can't
I
stress
just
every day,
unwind and
dog.
decompress
That's
and
crazy.
do
Oh, you be
something
good
to
every
calm
day.
me down.
I don't be
But
stressing
if
every day.
What's
somebody,
stress to
if
you?
somebody brings
Stress
it up,
comes
if somebody
gradually,
brings,
just
brings
like,
up
you know what I'm
their
saying?
stresses
Like good shit.
to
So
me,
you got like
that stresses
easy
me
going
out.
type
Then
of day.
Nah, I mean, yeah, in the majority, 100%.
Okay. All right.
100%.
You're fortunate.
100%.
Most people like
100%.
but most people see that's the problem.
Don't think
For-
like that.
Men, most of the time, we have to break our comfort.
Mhm.
So if we are comfortable and it's all right. It's
But
not
don't
bad.
you think that most
Breaking
of
that comfort is what's gonna mold you
Don't you
and
think-
make you that successful.
Don't you think that
businessman.
most of that stress is from the household and from like inside of the household?
Sometimes you have things that you're gonna have to deal with,
the stress is going from
natural
work,
shit,
'cause
and it's
most
Nah,
gonna,
nah,
people are
it's gonna
not
piss
doing
you
the
off.
job
Hold on,
that
hold on,
they
hold
want
on,
When
hold
you're
on.
at work,
Smiley.
you shouldn't translate
Smiley.
that into what you call your place of peace.
What's more stressful to you, right? The most stressful day at work or the most stressful day with your girl?
The most stressful day of our girl,
Exactly.
because work is just work
Exactly.
for me.
One,
At the
it's
end of
supposed
the
to be
day,
for
I-
everybody.
and,
Work
and,
is
and
just
I have
work.
a lot. I have
You shouldn't
a lot
be
of
that
shit on my
stressed
plate.
out
I have a lot
every
of shit
day
that I have
at
to
work.
do.
That's
But
my
I am
point,
stressed
like,
out at work. Every
I know.
day.
No. I'm saying
But I
it can't
handle that
happen.
at work, and I don't let work come home.
Exactly.
Even though I work from home.
Exactly.
Work
Exactly.
does not affect
That
how
stress
I'm gonna
ain't
treat
gonna,
people.
Yeah, you're not gonna
But,
stress your
I would
girl
say
out.
I would say people like
a
yo,
lot of women stress their man out
after
because
my
they
day,
were stressed at
after
work.
my day, I like to relax, right? Listen,
that's
look,
what I said.
I'm about to give you something. After my day, I like to relax,
Mhm.
right? As soon as I get off of work, and no shade, my grandmother like, you off of work yet? Feel me?
Yeah, gonna
So,
push you to work. You
At
already
the
know.
end of the day, it's like yo,
Can I get a water now?
you take it as like yo, if I'm a man, then I have certain responsibilities that I feel like men probably and these responsibilities can be subjective. Because I'm not gonna label it as everybody, but I'm just gonna say a man should be doing certain things, but most men can't do certain things. Like a lot of men don't know how to fix the car. A lot of men don't know how to fucking fix certain fittings in a house with the pipe work. A lot of men don't know different saws, what type of socket wrenches to use and shit like that. Does that make them any less of a man? I would say no, it doesn't. You're still a man even if you can't do these things, but society, right? And that's why it's
Tells you
subjective.
that you're not.
Society says that he's not a man because man law says you're not doing this, you can't do this, you can't do that. And a lot of men don't even know what the fucking man laws are. Cause they just live whatever the fuck they're doing. They're good. And cause some women accept it. They don't encourage you to be a man. They don't muse you to be a man. They muse you to fit into whatever the fuck they got going on in their agenda. And that's the way that it is now in this era. So when you're looking at the relationship dynamic as a man, you really got to look at yourself and how have you asserted your dominance in this relationship? Because if I'm in a certain position in my relationship, she knows where I am. She should. She should know that I'm the man, regardless of her status in life, in work, whatever, pressures of work, if she's handling a certain type of task. Me handling a certain type of task is just for me. That's for me. But my relationship is not gonna, it shouldn't be more stressful than my job. But I feel like the reason that my relationship would be more stressful than my job is because she's stressed about her job and letting that affect her relationship. And I don't do that. And that's with anybody, that's with family, that's with whatever. Like,
Yeah, it'd be like and that's why I use the family example, because it's any relationship, it's not affected by what I'm doing with something else. Something else that happened is not gonna affect me for the whole day. It's not gonna affect me with everybody else. If I just curse some motherfucker out, if I was just on a phone call with somebody and I cursed them the fuck out, and then you called me and you was like, yo, you around? Yo, I'm about to go Uber. I'd be like, yeah, yo, I'm around. It would just be like that. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know that I just cursed this motherfucker out. But that's stoicism. That's a man.
Exactly what I was about to ask you. Do you think
it's not your beef?
Do you think that women typically do that then?
No, fuck no.
So you don't think women
and that's because they gotta take time to contain it,
what I do,
resolve it, take a second, breathe, get themselves back together. I don't have to do all that because I put that motherfucker where they need to go. Now I get to deal with business or whatever else I got to do because that's the sideline. See, I can't let that affect business, and that's the problem. If a woman has to make her emotions not really matter so that she can do business, then women would be making fucking businesses left and fucking right. It'd be a whole bunch of businesses out there like that.
I'm not talking about businesses. I'm talking about the women.
I'm getting better with that now because I've been working there for so long. Most of the calls aren't the same or whatever. So now, sometimes I do gotta take a breath if somebody be wilding, but I really don't get cussed out like that.
Imagine dealing with your own customer. Feel me?
Yeah, I know.
That's
why I said I'm
dicks.
definitely getting more. I'm definitely
gonna have dicks.
I'm definitely getting more. I don't know how to say, not numb, but I kind of am. It doesn't, sometimes they say stuff and I'll laugh because I'm like, this motherfucker. But I'm like,
it's a scary fucking thing to start your own business.
I don't even be requesting a supervisor.
It's scary because you're doing it by yourself, essentially. And in your mind, you're doing it by yourself, but you're really not. You have to find resources and tools to do everything that you need to do. So everything is there. You just have to put a little bit of capital behind it. You don't have to put millions of dollars. It could be 100. It could be 500. It could be 1,000. It doesn't have to be any more than that, though. And then you start your business and you figure out what your model is of your business. But before you start really thinking about spending money, it could be done in 5 days. You have to take time to research and develop whatever it is that you're going to do. And once you've done that extensively, which could take 2 days, every single one of those 24 hours, you're going through all of this information and absorbing it, and then you're going to apply it and take action the next day, and you're making money by the end of the week. It's possible. You got to figure out how these motherfuckers did it, what they did. Maybe you'll have a mentorship.
That I can do it. I just have anxiety and I get overwhelmed when I'm doing too much. That's what I was saying about. It's hard for me to even stay at one job, so I'm trying to focus on that, and then to pile that on top of it, I would be overwhelmed. I get anxious. I can't.
And that's another thing. That's why climbing the corporate ladder. If a woman is working at a certain job, working at Pitney Bowes or Sikorsky or some shit like that, and she wants to climb up, or she's an architect or something like that, that's fucking amazing. I love women that are fucking brilliant. If you're intellectually sound, your brain is so fucking like some anime type chick with the glasses.
Not the anime.
Crazy.
Oh, remember the anime?
Crazy thing. In real life?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She looked like Princess Peach, but she was black.
That was crazy.
I was like, what the fuck? She was going to Comic-Con. Must have been. Must have been.
But shout out to Comic-Con. I'm going there next year. I'm trying to go there next year. You playing on the trip.
That's lit.
But yeah,
the one here, right?
In Hartford. Hartford Con.
Okay.
Yeah. Kinetic Con or whatever.
It's an Afro Samurai.
But I feel like people make it difficult to be in a relationship because we put all these barriers. No, I don't want to do this. I can't. You might be missing out on the right person because you put so much up. There's certain things that you want, but I'm willing to work with you.
Let's see what can happen.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
just need to communicate. You both
Yeah,
need to communicate
absolutely.
what your wants and your needs in the relationship.
Communication.
And if you're not in agreement on that from
That's
jump,
my
then you
favorite
shouldn't
word, last
proceed
one.
forward with the relationship because you're wasting both of your time.
Right. Communication is dope. Like, if it starts off with that and really the respect to actually communicate with the person, like, don't be like, I don't gotta tell you where I'm at. Like, it could be simple. You know what I mean? Even for men. Like, I know, like, sometimes men don't want to say nothing. I don't gotta tell her shit. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It don't hurt because she's worried about you and you're not protecting your house. You know what I mean? You're not home to protect her, so you gotta check in, make sure everything good, make sure the doors are locked. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So, yeah, yo, I'm gonna be going for a little bit. Make sure you know where it is in the closet. You know what I mean? On that shelf. You know what I mean? Da da da. If you need to do whatever you gotta do, all right. You know, be safe, whatever, and it be like that. It's not even like that. It's like you better be back by 5 o'clock or whatever. You know what I mean? Or,
That's crazy.
or whatever time you gotta be
Right.
back. I'm out here doing shit so that you don't gotta do
You
shit.
gotta,
You know what I mean? And I'm chilling with my people. We going out to eat, and
What
then
you
I gotta
say?
drop people off, and then I gotta come. Like, I'm not
Curfew.
I'm not.
Thank
Don't
you.
give me no damn curfew, yo. Like, I had arguments on Clubhouse with people about this shit. I'm like, yo, oh, my man better be home by 2 o'clock because the doors is locked and they not being unlocked. And I'm like,
What?
he don't
That
got no
sound like
key.
a little kid.
Like, yeah, like,
I
I'm
don't
like,
do- I
yo,
learned
bro,
to
like,
not-
that's crazy,
People
bro.
need to understand that you cannot control others' behavior.
Please
If somebody's
don't,
gonna
yeah.
do something, they're gonna do it whether you try to block it or not, if that's what they want to do. Like, so you need to try to find a person that's closest to the things that you want and have realistic expectations, not no crazy shit. And then you need to work from there. If you're trying to mold somebody into something, try to change them into someone that they're not. Some men are more communicative, and they wouldn't have a problem if you express that, or they if they not necessarily 5 o'clock or you calling it a curfew, but they would not. They understand how you feel, and they would be like, I'm not going to come in the house late like that. Like, the latest I'll stay out is 12 or something. Some men would be like, or some women, like I was about to say, I'm like I said, I don't try to control people. I learned like not to do that, because people are gonna do. You're gonna see what, if they not being themselves, you're gonna see their true colors eventually. So it's like, you just let it happen. Like,
What about
you trying to
acts?
put up blocks, that's not gonna stop them from doing stuff. Like, so
What-
it's just, get the person that's closest to the things you want. You're not gonna get 100%, maybe 80, 75, like, and work the things that matter the most. Like, that's the thing you should be looking for, and when you find that, you could build off of that.
Can I ask you a
And-
question?
Yeah.
My bad. But are you the type of woman that's gonna ask your man, like, what time do you expect to be back? Is that a fair question, or you wouldn't ask that question?
Expect to be back from where? I don't even
Just-
be going out.
Just no. If he went out,
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't care. Like, you.
so he can just leave and not
I
say
don't
nothing.
care, but you don't have. You can come. Like, if I know you're going out or
Mhm.
something, like you're going to the bar, you're going with your friends or something, I
You're
would
never gonna
expect
say
you
a
to
time.
be coming back late anyway. I'll just be like, wake me up when you come in the house or something. I'm not gonna tell you a specific time because, like I said, and then it depends.
What if he didn't wake you
some
up?
guys,
Are
it's
you gonna
like
be mad that
it's
he
like a
didn't wake you
mind
up?
trick too. Because if you don't say anything
Mm-hmm.
and you just be like, nah, just you good, like you told me you're going out, have fun, like just wake me up when you come home so I know that you got here safe
Yeah.
or whatever. And
What if he didn't and say he forgot?
and wait,
Oh,
listen, and then yeah, wake me up when you get here.
Smiley, we
That
about to cut out
that
some
is
of
like
that.
a mind trick, because just because you're so understanding and you not saying nothing, they might come in earlier than you expected because you ain't trying to hold them hostage and
True.
you just
It could be.
allowing them to just
Do them thing, yeah.
Because if they want to stay out, they're gonna stay out. You could tell them a curfew, but I don't mean they're gonna listen to you.
Yeah,
So
100%. So what about vice versa?
and if he cares enough,
What-
he's not
what-
gonna do no
what about
disrespectful shit,
what
like
about
4
vice
o'clock in the morning.
what about
or
vice
some shit
versa?
like
And he
that.
asked you, he was like, yeah, you better be here
Or the-
before
When
one.
the sun come up or
What if you decide to go out with your girls or whatever?
I don't go out.
Well, I'm just saying hypothetically, if you did, right? And he told you, yo, you better be back in the crib before 1. You gonna be back in the crib before 1?
I guess.
Talk that shit, E. Talk that shit, E. Girl,
I don't go
shit.
out though, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, but it do matter as far as his ego go. He gonna like that shit. He gonna like, yeah.
That's what I said. Guys
I got parents.
Yeah, they be thinking that like, oh, like they're the magic dragon or something.
I mean, you know, they daddy.
Whatever. What's new? Get one.
You the only reason why I wanna Just you.
And I know that he knows I'm
Chilling too.
unfaithful.
Bree will love you forever.
Yeah, that curfew shit had me mad as fuck.
Curfew is wild.
But like, some dudes are okay with it. Some dudes like, yo, like I just don't want her.
That's
to
what I
be
said.
mad,
You gotta
or,
find someone.
Yo, I gotta be in the crib.
You need to talk about your
I
expectations.
gotta go home type
That's a
shit.
fact.
You know what I mean? Cause you know my shorty gonna be mad. Like, all right. I'll take the argument if it's that, or it won't be no argument, whatever. Like I'm coming home when I'm coming home type shit sometimes. The only time that I would be like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna try to always be home at a certain time is when like it's a normal night. Like I'm supposed to be home at this time.
After work, yeah.
I'm coming home after work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if I'm going out with people, don't clock me, yo. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. And I wouldn't clock her. I wouldn't clock her.
Yeah, that's why I asked what would it be on the
I
other
wouldn't clock
side,
her
like-
because that's what I'm saying. Like whatever shit. I feel like this. Like I know like there's the double standard. Whatever shit.
Would. Cause if I don't come back past 12, and you come back past 12,
But see, that's the
I'm
thing.
clocking.
the thing.
Not like physically, but I'm like, nah, like I'm gonna have a
Yeah,
problem.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah, you
That's
know, you
why-
never know.
Right. But that's why I feel how I feel. Like if I'm gonna be doing certain type of shit,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a hypocrite. Like yo, like we
Exactly.
both grown people. Like I don't want to be like no.
So it gotta be the same.
It ain't no shit. Yeah. So
Respect.
and that's
For
what I'm
some
saying.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
For some things, yeah, definitely. But like for like shit like that, or if she want to go on a trip and go somewhere
I don't know about that.
with her people or some shit like that, I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that. But then if it have to be secretive and shit, I would wonder why it's secretive, like type shit. So don't be trying to be like, oh, I'm about to go on a trip, and I be like, oh, where y'all going? I'm going with my friends. All right, where are you and your friends going? On a trip. Bitch, like, where are you going? Greece, Spain, nigga, what the fuck? Like, we going to Florida, damn. Like, oh.
Ain't no
If
way.
it's like that, nigga, like,
Yeah,
Like you don't
I'ma
want
be-
to
That
tell
sound,
you.
Yeah,
that
like,
sound
you know.
like that's not even your
But
girl
if you
at
just
that
be
point.
like, yo, me,
Yeah, like
She
nigga,
going
who
down.
you, Miami.
and-
Yeah, she going down to
me
Miami to
and
wild out.
Francesca, fucking Valerie, you know Valerie, you know what I mean? We all going out and we gonna go together and we going here because it's her birthday and she wants to go there for a day or two. We not staying up here for a week, but we just gonna go out there and go for a few days. Would you like to come with me?
Yeah, I like that.
Well, she could have said that just because
I
she
like
knew
yeah,
it would say
I
no.
mean,
If
hell
I-
yeah.
if I
I'ma
can't go,
there.
she can't go.
Can I bring
goddamn
one
it.
of my niggas with me? Like, we gonna go chill at this spot when y'all, you know, I don't care. Like, yeah, hell yeah.
I like that scenario.
Now,
better, Samantha.
if I say yeah or whatever, then I accept whatever comes with that because I agree to do that. If she's telling me, if she's asking me, could she do it, or she wants to bring it to my attention. She's not saying, oh, can I go or some shit like that. She's telling me that she's gonna go do it, but she's including me in this shit because this is her life too. It's not just my life to dictate what the fuck is what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, how you're gonna eat, when you're gonna go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's not no shit like that, but it is boundaries. There's certain things that you definitely would not allow in your relationship. But I won't necessarily make it, spending time with your friends, having a girls' night. You know what I mean? I think, yeah, you do open the door for crazy shit to happen if you let your girl go out at night. We know that. Because if you're a dude that goes out at night, you know how you are with women when you go out, you know what I mean? So you probably be like, shit, my girl could be one of the chicks that I'm trying to shoot my shot at, like, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, so that whole idea of your girl going out to the club, like, yeah, she's going with her friends, but yeah, all her and her friends are targets. All these dudes are looking at all of them and trying to figure out who they gonna get. And your girl might be the one that they want. And you gotta think about that. Or
and trust that she ain't,
don't think
that
about
she
it.
gonna turn.
But if you have examples of her, misusing your trust.
You know what I don't have examples of? Any successful relationships where their significant others let them go out to, like, not celebrities, just people that I know personally that are in relationships that have, like, either their man go out to the club without them or their woman go out to the club without them. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't see the success rate. Like,
I don't know. I never really looked into that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I see
that's
personally.
The reason why?
Yeah, 100%. It's like, yo,
just that?
Why would you want to?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying it's a big factor. It's a really big factor. It's like the factor of if
they
I'm
could meet somebody at the grocery store.
Listen, you're right. 100%. But and then it comes into the trust factor and goes into everything.
I don't think they will probably
enjoy
going out to the club as much. Right?
I'm talking about
unless that's how they met.
I'm talking about the club, the bar, or on vacation without you. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I go to the bar, me not being a drinker, I'm probably going to meet women. Right? When I go to the club, me not being a dancer, I'm probably going to meet women. When I go on vacation, the what I want to see on vacation and while I'm probably there is to see women. So with that mentality, if that's the notion of why people go to these places, why does your girl have such an interest to go to these places without you?
Because she's with her friends.
You can't marry your friends. You can't have kids with your friends. Mm-hmm. You can only do things that'll put you in situations where you have to say no if you're a good value person, or you go with the flow with and worry about the consequences later. But either way, it's like, that's why I said precaution is so real, because sometimes you gotta be like, yo, this bitch is single and she has single thoughts. So she's not gonna put me in the best situation if we go on vacation. Mm-hmm. And like, yo, especially if the man sees these friends and how they interact with her and shit. Because I believe men are supposed to let you know, hey, this friend ain't, you shouldn't fuck with this friend.
They should let you know.
Yeah, they should. I think that's a man's job as a protector, to protect her from a woman that may not be her friend, that may smile in her face like it's her friend, but it should be his job to be like, nah, she ain't for you. And I think it should be specifically her man that has that judgment of that particular friend, because your other friends may not say nothing because y'all all been friends for, you know what I mean, how long, and nobody said nothing.
So men should be able to vet their partner's circle.
You say it like that sounds a little crazy.
That's what it is.
They're saying you should choose her friends. Like, tell her, I don't want you hanging around with this girl because she's a hoe.
Not necessarily choose them, but vet them.
Definitely not choose them.
But you are, because if you decide that they're not
Nah, she already chose them.
You could take approve of them. Yeah, 100%.
So that means you're choosing because you're removing them if you don't approve, right?
But I didn't choose all of them.
What's the reason that
these are friends that she's already
seen
decided that she's
some
going to
shit
be with,
that
but some of these friends are not really good friends. And then he said, I don't think you should be friends with this person, and then she disassociates herself.
Yeah, that's improvement.
But that's somebody that they chose. Not you're going on friendfinder.com and you're like, well, I got 6 friends.
I know what you're saying.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
Right.
But that still is true.
I
don't want you to be friends with this person. You're telling them who you think they should keep.
So what you're saying is your man shouldn't have that choice on your friends?
I don't think anybody should.
You don't think so?
No. I think the person that you choose to be with, you have to actually understand
that they're not
or know that this person actually has good characteristics or good judgment of character. If you identify that they don't, then you should have that conversation with them.
I think
if you care about them enough.
I think
no one has ever.
Check this out.
No one.
I think with all the babies without fathers out right now, it's pretty clear that a lot of women have these children based off of reasons why it's just like shallow reasons or immature reasons or whatever, right? Not moral reasons or not, you know what I mean, he's gonna be a good, it's just basically like, fuck it, I just want to have the kid at this point because I get money from the state, and then, you know, vicious cycle shit. So that being said, it's like hard for.
You got plastic fork?
Yeah, butter
knife.
What are we talking about? We talk about kids and shit, and. I forgot.
Why is that for?
Because I forgot what I was talking about.
Well, we were really talking about like I forgot to.
It's that weed now. Get lifted, man. Get lifted, man. I don't know, but you know, having a kid, I think children would be better off with the old saying, like he was saying earlier on in the episode, it takes a village to raise them. And I think a village could be a polygamous relationship. You know what I'm saying? And they could all be sister wives, and then, you know what I'm saying? It'd be love and camaraderie, and nobody would ever cheat. You know what I'm saying? At least I can't speak for every man. But I'm saying for me, I'm good with 3. Especially if I didn't have them all at the same time. If I had them at different times in my life, right? Let's say I have my first sister wife now, right? Let's say I have my second sister wife in my 40s. So go off to my 30s.
Dope,
I have, you know what I mean?
Getting one like
sister wife.
Every 10 years you get a new one.
Every 10 years.
That's lit. You lit.
And then it will go up to 50, because then after 50,
you got an awesome imagination. Why you not writing books, bro?
Nigga, I'm writing lyrics, big dog.
Write a book too.
I'm writing lyrics. I'll write a book too. That's next, nigga. That's next. I'm trying to do a fucking anime, nigga. I'm trying to use my vocal talent.
That'll be lit, bro.
And do an anime, nigga. I want to play a villain.
I'm about to make a biopic, and it's gonna be a Lego movie.
Oh, that'll be lit. Yeah, put that into existence. I want that shit.
A Lego biopic?
Yeah.
That would be hard.
Snoop Dogg and Pharrell. Snoop Dogg, Dory. I forgot who else is in it.
That's hard.
It's gonna be a Lego movie.
But about hip hop though.
The first, I never heard
hard.
of that before.
That's different. That's hard. That's hard. That's fire.
And then you hear Nori on Drink chant in the clip.
He's
like, when Pharrell had came up there, and he was like, what do he be saying? that word. I don't
For
know
real?
that he be making up saying.
Piccadilly?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. But it was a clip from.
I feel like
For
I ate
sure.
too much food today.
What did you
I ate chicken and waffles.
eat?
I ate. Did I have
Where'd you
any
get
food
chicken and
today?
waffle from? You made that?
Nah, I went to I called that Uber. Derby. Had a chicken and waffle spot at Derby. Had them come down there. I still got some
Where's it
chicken.
going?
It's like Texas something. Hold on.
Do you order food all day? You don't cook?
Nah, I do cook, but I don't like cooking too much. I do like cooking. Like if I cook for Bree, I like cooking because like she like my shit.
Yeah, I like to cook for people.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like
have
cooking for
nobody
myself.
to cook for.
You
So.
know what I'm saying?
But I'm somebody. But
Yeah, I don't like cooking for myself. I like cooking for other people. Kitty cat.
why she
What's he say? What up?
come over like you said and made that sound like you said Nala?
She heard you too.
See? But you said kitty cat and she came like that was her name. Like she talked and came
That's
to you
her
like
pet name,
she was
see?
like, huh?
She know what time it is. Yo, this cat is smarter than you think. Yo, she knows she a cat.
No,
she
they
knows
said
she a
that
cat,
this
yo.
dog, the dog, they had a button, the yes
Mhm.
or no button. So they would ask him a question,
Mhm.
and he would answer the question. He would press the button,
Oh, that's
and then they
crazy.
said he became so smart that he realized that he was
He's
a dog,
and got
and he was
depressed.
depressed. Yeah,
Cause he probably was.
so he had to go to
You
therapy.
commit suicide?
He probably was a different soul than that fucking dog, yo. He probably
They
was
said
he
that
probably was a
that's-
different
and
soul
cats
than that
and
dog.
dogs are the people that cast they soul.
I believe so. All these souls get regurgitated.
They
yo.
said where they be watching
was
you when you
animals, we
naked
was all
or when
type
you
of
go
shit.
to the bathroom or having sex or something. They're like it's a person
What?
in there.
What?
Her
Like
name's
their
Nancy.
spirit.
What spirit is in?
And yeah, they said that it's transfer over your soul after.
Nala.
While you have sex?
Nancy.
What?
No, not while you have. I'm saying there's a person. They used to be a person, and now their soul is in the cat. So
Oh.
they know what's going on. Like they're looking at you. You walk around thinking they're like this bitch
Yeah.
or whatever, or like seeing you doing stuff, and they probably thinking in their
Like,
head,
you gotta come
or
back as something.
being a voyeur. Like
something
imagine
that,
you had a dog and he was an 80-year-old man. He watching you take a shower and his soul. That's
Mhm.
what he was before, and he still has he remembers.
Yeah, he still remembers. Yeah, it's all about remembering. If we could remember, I think it's possible though.
But I
They don't
remember
wanna
some
teach us.
stuff like
You
when
do, see?
when
I feel like I do too.
nah, like if somebody brings something up, like then I have like
Do
a
you come back?
flash.
Do you come back as the same gender?
No, I
I
ain't
don't know
talking
about
about that.
I
I'm
know I
saying
was
not
an
about
animal,
in a past
I
life.
think I
I'm
was
saying
like a dog or
things
some
like
shit.
when
Now
you're.
Now what if you was a dog, but
Mhm.
fucking a woman dog?
I might have been. Who
You
knows?
could be anything. You could be a fly, a spider.
Woman
whatever.
spider.
Who knows?
Like what? Like I'm just saying. What if you came back as something, but you're not?
I think
Yeah, you could be any
this
living.
is a guess,
could be
but
a
I think
bush.
certain like insects are like coming back in the
A
L
tree.
state, especially if you're an insect with like a short life. I think that's like cursed. Like I think certain beings have certain laws because they were cursed from their other life.
So they put a spell on them and they like, Chris.
Not even a spell. It's
That
just karma.
is, you said it's cursed.
It's karma.
So like you gonna live
It's just
50,
karma.
50 lives as a dog.
So let's say you're Hitler, right?
You gonna have a dick on your
Let-
forehead.
let's say you're Hitler. Let's say you come back as a dog and you get the gas treatment. You know what I'm saying? You get fucked up. You get rabies. And then they put you out. You see what I'm saying? And then you come back as a fucking frog, and then you get run over by a car and
Like,
shit.
splat-
That's
splatted
hell.
out.
That's hell, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Coming back
And you're
as
never
something.
gonna be a person.
Exactly.
For like
you know what heaven is? Heaven is choice.
For like 100
right?
lives.
Ain't this world all about choice anyway? My nigga, it makes sense. I'm not saying this no fairy tale shit. I'm just saying if energy don't die, then it makes sense that you will come back as a low level being if you're at a low level. If you're promoting all this death and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Smoke weed every day.
Right.
Nah,
We had
cut out.
yeah.
Let's get late.
What time?
We had a
It's
great
11:41.
episode. Yeah, it's late. We had a great episode. Plus, I gotta beat Spider-Man. I'm so close.
Nigga said I gotta beat Spider-Man.
Um,
You close now?
Spider Pig.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Spider
ill because you
Pig
wasn't close a
does
couple days ago.
whatever
yes,
Spider-Man
I think I'm
does.
like 50% now.
Oh, okay.
But it's 50% because I don't play it every day.
As you said.
I played it like maybe last weekend. I played it a couple times.
Yeah, play when you have
My knuckle is sore.
swollen. It's crazy.
No,
Who you beat up?
I haven't had a fight in a long time.
That's good.
Yeah, but we did have a good show, man. Hey, and shout out to the fam, man. We went to a baby shower today. We were all dressed in white.
More life.
Everybody
Yes,
looked good, man.
congratulations.
More life. Congrats.
So, shout out to Chris and
Laquan, the parents to be.
All right.
Dope.
Blessings.
Blessings. More blessings on top of blessings.
And we is out. See ya next Sunday.
Maybach music. What is this?
Sweet.
La música harifa.